Right.
Now that is going to be the opening.
Yes, it is.
Because I don't cut these down or anything, I just make sure the audio's fine.
I wouldn't expect you to, honestly. I expect you to catch every fuck up that happens. But yeah, so last we left you fucking murder hobos, well, to a degree. You guys had you just had a little conversation with with a figure that you'd fought with previously, who you found out was called or had been named the Guardian. They pieced the fuck out.
I like how we didn't really take advantage of that situation. We just sort of like, who are you? Cool, bye.
Pretty much. I mean,
I was trying to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah, I mean I think that person got like about as much out of that encounter as they wanted to. So you know, they never had any reason to stay. But yeah, so you pressed on up the mountain, discovered some abandoned kind of settlement that was kind of ransacked, and you kind of barricaded yourself in for the night against the howling winds and the snows on top of this mountain. After kind of hearing something snuffling outside and discovering some kind of canine tracks outside later the next day, you guys pressed further up the mountain and kind of wended your way down this kind of long route towards one of the other peaks where you discovered you found out where the giant Titan skeleton was from where you saw it coming up the mountain on the previous walk.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was really cool.
Yeah, he just got his hand kind of almost like not quite fossilized, but like almost bonded to the cliffside. Hasn't fallen away. All the bones seem to be in place miraculously. But next to that, I forgot. So at the top of the mountain, you discovered a thing off of basically the Guardian showed you a kind of this projection, this illusory kind of image that depicted a kind of octahedral crystal, saying that didn't give much away other than that the cult really wanted to keep them safe, and that the cult are probably not the best people to handle them, and that you guys should go after them. So you guys poked around at a metal plate on the floor until one of these things popped up, and then Lucifer, grabbing for it, touched it and had an interesting vision that took him on a wild journey with some possible mental trauma, we don't know.
He's already traumatized as it is.
Watch the last bit.
And yeah, that was, I'm not going to go through that again, that was a long sequence. But yeah, you had some interesting revelations that didn't make much sense to you, but you saw some interesting stuff. No one else saw it. When other people touched the crystal, nothing happened. But yeah, as you pressed on, you found by the spire that the giant's climbing on, like the Titans clasped onto, you found this kind of plate in the floor after Lucifer kind of waving the crystal around the top of it turned on, and you're able to figure out that it was some kind of elevator as the platform beneath you all dropped at not an alarming rate. It seems slow enough that it wouldn't like knock you over if you were like off balance, but you got dropped into a strange corridor, which is kind of half furnished with these kind of moth-eaten red rugs, and kind of shelves along the walls, kind of floor to ceiling, filled with these kind of musty old like cobweb-covered books, or just filled with like bird skulls, and occasionally, but like some that are the same size as like human heads, but which you assume must be like kenku or something similar.
I just remembered how we left off.
Yes. Yeah. No. Like the corridors are kind of a mixture of like stone with like metal plating, and occasionally like these glowing lights in the walls, or fixtures and above you as well that flickered on as you came down. Two of you, I think, I remember one of them was Crook. I don't know who the other one was. I think it was Burial.
It was Burial. Burial was one who alerted them.
Beryl was one that cracked the head on the bookcase.
Yeah, she did.
And she's not here, so I'm guessing she's just going to be unconscious.
Maybe. But yeah, so you reached the turn in the corridor, peeked round to discover one of these cultists talking in a language you don't understand to two other figures in kind of ill-fitting, kind of like jumpsuits, maybe, with these kind of like kind of jaunty fucking helmets they put on that are kind of more like spherical, and not really. They're not like metal helmets. They're something like that's not something you've seen before. But they were holding these kind of long weapons that kind of vaguely resemble like some of the firearms you've seen back in the city, which are pretty fucking experimental and prone to blowing up. But these seem to be a lot more advanced, and you don't know what exactly they do yet. You're about to find out. Yeah, as Crook somehow, despite his hulking mass and being festooned with weapons and heads, managed to sneak up unheard. But as Burial came up to scan with him, she tripped, face planted a bookcase, and with the loud clatter of skulls and books hitting the ground, the three figures round the corner all turned and yelled and pointed their weapons at you, and it's initiative. I've forgotten what I wrote it down last time, so we'll roll it again.
Good, because it was bad last time. Like, really bad.
I remember,
You
so
got an 8.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Most of
I have
us
it.
was bad.
I have it here for us. For the initiative.
Well, roll
Just-
again, 'cause I don't
yeah,
have
just forget about that.
because I don't have the I didn't have the stats for some of those dudes last time, so I'm going to
Oh,
re-roll.
fucking hell.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, basically they like
Oh shit.
8 again, what the fuck?
2, 5, 8.
oh boy.
Lovely.
Yeah, you were not expecting this. So like Valencia had seemed like so before we start, Valencia had seemed kind of reticent to follow you like down the lift shaft in the first place. She's kind of kept like she is kind of back
Still poking the rock.
yeah, with you, Reva, and Lucifer, kind of like round, like in the right next to the elevator.
And
Cause
Schmick.
oh yes, Mex is still there. Fucking hell, I forgot if it was wrong.
Yeah, because I was arguing, Reaper was arguing with him, wanting to try and get him to stay.
Oh, I think you did get him to stay.
Yeah,
He's not
Reaper
there.
was arguing with him to stay, and then all that happened. It's like I just sort of turned back round to him and go, never mind, doesn't matter now.
I think he's up there. Oh no, he's not. Oh, he grabbed him off the lift, didn't he?
Yeah,
Shit, I forgot.
yeah, because didn't he like cling to Reaper's leg? I was like, don't leave me.
Yeah. If he lives long enough, he might become your retainer. You don't know. If I can find those rules, but
You can what?
he might become your retainer.
Bodyguard.
Cool.
I'll show you the rules for that, and you can decide what you want Smick to be. Because he can essentially take a profession. He can learn shit that like normal kobolds probably wouldn't.
Can I become like a shoemaker?
Not like that kind of profession, as in like
No.
he could be like a thief or an alchemist.
Be a sniper.
I mean, he could be a kind of sniper, I guess. If
Let
he-
him give me the list first.
See, we
then
could
we'll
have
figure
got
it out.
that gun and given it to Schmidt.
No, that is the last person I want to give it to.
Retainers don't typically fight in the same fights as you do. They kind of like are encountered behind, if that makes any sense. But
Yeah.
like, you can send them off to do stuff while you're away. Is the kind of idea of them. And if you guys get enough money and somehow manage to stave off enough people to like camp out in some fortress, you can build a stronghold if you want. But I can't imagine you guys are that kind of restful that you'd ever stay in one place for much
Well,
longer.
I'm a wanted pirate.
Well,
Well, you can like
Lucifer's a crazy old man.
you can have a ship as a stronghold.
And-
It's not out of the question.
Tom's
Tom.
just wants to kill everything and mount everything on sticks.
although to be fair though, it'd be nice if I had a place to go and mount all the skulls, so I can't have all of them at once.
Oh no, that'd be
You,
stupid.
you have a trophy room.
Yeah, trophy room.
Yeah, I will say though, like, just like bear in mind, once you've killed one of them, like you can probably gauge like how worthy a combatant are they and how worth it is like staking their head. It's like once you killed a few birdmen, do you need to get them all?
I'm thinking I'll keep them for now. Then as soon as I find
When
something,
you find something else better,
as soon as better, yeah,
you
don't
swap
need
the
it
heads.
anymore. Fuck that. But actually, no. I'll tell you what I'll do. Once I find someone who's better, I'll replace the head. I'll just keep the Kenku head in my bag then. Stay
Right, cool.
back. That's my plan.
Alright. These dudes have got. Okay, I think it's plus one. Yeah, okay, cool. What the fuck are the vulture dudes? I should know by now. You've fought like a couple of these guys already.
Right, so this is going to go horribly.
Okay,
and have you rolled for
Put all your
initiative
pencils
yet?
blunt.
I have rolled for their initiative. So give me a sec.
Are they going before all of us?
Probably.
That'll
Most
be.
of them are, yeah.
God damn it. Keep being
5
right.
and 8.
I think all of them are actually.
All of them are, of course.
Probably,
For
yeah.
fuck's sake.
What's everyone's initiative?
No,
2,
you're not.
5, 8.
No.
Is that with bonuses?
Uh,
No, that's not with
I have
bonuses.
4.
Wait,
So yeah,
shit,
basically
give me a sec.
Initiative
I keep forgetting that I can
is
have
d20 plus your dexterity modifier, which is
Plus 1,
I've
so
got 9.
5 then.
Yeah.
you got a 9 dexterity.
No, I've got 9
Okay.
with dexterity. But I'll say if I had
So,
9 dexterity.
4, 5, 9 then.
4, 5, or 5, 4.
I've got 4.
4, I've got 5, he's got 9.
Brilliant. You guys are all going last.
Brilliant!
Roll initiative for Smick as well.
That's why he
Aw.
just goes when I go.
Oh, you can do that if you want, yeah. He might roll higher than you, though. So he could go first. Although he's got like
He's like really shit though.
he's got like 5 hit points.
Is there like a way if he's like body block for him? If you don't want him to die?
That's why I was trying to get him to stay.
Good point.
And then bloody Beryl cracked her head on this freaking shell.
Because like, is saying if he does die, it might be a problem because it'd be quite nice to try to follow the force.
Alright.
Yeah, but I don't really want to have to go all the way back to that king guy and explain why all of his freaking kobolds are dead.
It should be expected, to be honest.
Yeah, they're not very good.
Yeah,
Okay.
some of
But to
them.
them, they think they're good.
Most of them have had their resin splattered across the bottom of the mountain now.
Yes, that's true.
Sail off.
Don't say it in front of Schmidt.
Smick was like
He was there.
He was there, yeah. He witnessed
Yeah.
it. Oh man, does he have PTSD now? That'd be interesting.
Oh,
Probably.
bring in
Almost
that
certainly.
shit.
Anyway.
This is when he starts to have an episode, he just like clings to Reader's leg. Like, oh.
God.
Some Schmick's Nam flashbacks.
The irony is though, if anyone's gonna be in the trees, it would be Smick. Like in that situation, the kobolds would be Anyway,
Why is that tree talking kobold?
draconic would be.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so the acolyte goes first. He is gonna. What is he
How many are there?
There's only 3 of them.
Right, okay, that's fine.
But you
We actually outnumber them.
you
I was about to say, if
Not
he
really.
says anything other than
Right, there's
3.
3.5 of us, and there's 3 of them. Schmick only counts for half.
What happened to Burial?
I'm gonna roll for burial. on
Unconscious.
those 2. I have no idea what their initiatives are, but
Can we just say that the burial is just unconscious? She just cracked her head.
well, you saw what happens to burial
Alright.
a bit. But I think, given that you've got bird skulls, like bird heads, piked on you, and you're the biggest motherfucker in the room, and it's of 2 people. One of them is like a woman, and the other one is a fucking rock man with bird skulls mounted on him.
The dog head. And
And
a javelin.
yeah, and a big old fucking axe.
Yes.
Who looks slightly insane.
I'm just here.
Yeah, no, they're not perceptive enough to see the dragon scales on. Actually, I don't think you guys have seen dragon scales on burial actually, so you probably don't know about that.
We just know who she is because
No, I think she did say like she had like dragon scales on her arms or something like that.
Yeah, but it's mostly covered, I think. So yeah, basically the way that James pitched it to me was that like they're mostly covered, but as she like grows in power, they become more like prevalent. So
I actually can't remember if he did say.
I think I mentioned it, and he was like, "Oh, they're covered." I was like, "Okay, cool." Because that's how feature of draconic sorcerers. They always have like at least a mark of draconic ancestry on them, regardless of what race they are. If you're dragonborn, it doesn't make much difference. You're just fucking dragon.
Hello.
But like, well, you could
I'm still
be,
Dragonborn.
you could be a Gemstone dragonborn and have like metallic or chromatic dragonborn heritage. That'd be interesting. So you'd have like a patch, like if you're a sapphire dragonborn, but you had like patches of red scales, for example. That could be a thing.
Right, we're fighting then.
Yes. So hang on, I'm just
We
writing
need to say like you're fed up.
I want to kill stuff. Okay.
I have no idea what the fuck Burial's initiative bonus is, or Valencia's to be honest, so I don't know how it's going to go, but we'll say they're both surprised to this round.
I don't think they were that high.
Well, one didn't roll last time, so...
Also, if you have the PDF, can't you just look?
I don't have a PDF for James, he wrote it, well, he did his entirely on paper, which is why, because he was like, oh, I don't have a character sheet. I was like, okay, that's fine, we can probably get around now.
Which is why you keep pestering him.
Yeah, he's the most difficult to get hold of because his is paper and he always has paper character sheets. So. Useful for some things, difficult for others. Anyway, they are surprised. They won't go this turn. It's a good thing you guys will got different letters that you start your names because it means I can just write the first letter of your name on it and not worry about it.
Or do you have actual names or character names?
Character names because. Yeah, like it gets real fucking messy if I'm like writing down like, for example, like.
So we're having an actual conversation. You call us by our character names.
Yeah. Well, I call you by character names like in we're playing DnD, so you can like get them worst, but that's just the thing I do. Anyway, yeah, it's the acolyte's turn first, so it's going to come up to you, Crook. It's going to come. What are the range of that thing? It comes. So the corridor, the bit round the corridor is about like 20 feet long. There at the end of it, it runs about like 10 feet towards you, and then it's going to try and blast you. So.
Can I use my Goliath thing against this?
You can do, yeah.
I can.
It depends. Well, you can choose. You basically when you take damage, you choose.
Right.
Might not get hit by this. That is a. I'm guessing a 10 doesn't hit you.
No.
Okay. So yeah, it kind of scampered up and then tried to blast you with this kind of eldritch force.
This is the little guy like.
But like.
He's like, yeah.
Well, he's like at least 5 foot, maybe taller. He's not like super small.
No, but everything's going to be smaller than it.
Well, Krook is still 3 foot tall, and Krook is 8 foot tall.
But like by comparison, he's about as tall like as Burial, if not a little shorter. But yeah, no. As that happens, like you kind of duck around the corner as it's coming up to you. I managed to get out of the way of the blast. After that, it is the other two figure dudes. You don't know what they are yet. Although if I tell you their names, you might laugh. Who knows? They've got funny names.
Tell us.
Alright, so they kind of I'm probably gonna do both at the same time. They one shot at you, one shot at Burial. As far as I'm aware, Burial is not armoured. She has +1 from being a so her AC is probably around 12, maybe 13. We'll go with 13, give them the benefit now. Alright, so let's put this one for Burial. That is. Does a 15 hit you, Crook?
A 15 has to be equal or higher, doesn't it?
Yes.
15 is compared to AC, isn't it?
Yes.
It does, yeah. Just about. My AC is 15.
Finally, okay. So, just DM tanks. Gotta steal these snacks. But yeah, so as they don't really move, they kind of just levy these things at you, and from the you see these kind of bolts of kind of whitish pink energy fire out. One of them kind of hits you in the chest, and the other one.
Put them on the lid.
The other one hits Burial.
No, put the fingers
as
on
she's
the
recovering
lid.
from the bookcase.
The lid.
Put the
The
fingers
lid.
on the lid. Because you don't know what the hell's been on this table.
Exactly as I do. The lid.
Draw your character.
I will do.
Lucky. Alright, so that does. So you're lucky. Crook and it only gets a glancing shot. You take 3 force damage. The kind of, yeah, the blasts that come out of the of these weapons seem remarkably similar to the kind of like pistol-sized one that the Guardian was using, but these seem a little less kind of high tech. Burial, however,
I'll just take that.
it's not having a good time.
Yeah, I'll just take that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Burial takes a nasty hit to she gets kind of shot in the abdomen and kind of doubles over as she's just getting up from hitting her head on the bookcase.
Bleeding out the head, bleeding out the body.
Yeah, you see it staggers her, but nothing else. It is now Lucifer, your turn. You're currently
Motherfucker.
about 20 feet. You're next to the lift currently, because you can go with the other guys. You've just seen Burial crack her head on a bookcase and then get shot in the stomach by something. Crook kind of narrowly dodged something else bright and energy looking, and then got hit in the shoulder by something else. That's about all you see at the moment, apart from the cries of angry people from around the corner. What do you do?
I can't remember if this is right, but can I shout to intimidate it?
You can do, yeah. I'd say you can probably do that as a bonus action if you want to.
Yeah, sure.
Speaking is a free action, but doing a skill check on your turn is usually an action or a bonus action.
You just hear Lucy go, holy fucking shit!
Yeah, you can do the same way if you want. You're limited by the time, obviously, because it's about 6 seconds, but you can't. You're not limited unless you're incapacitated or unconscious. So.
Okay.
You have thaumaturgy by any chance?
Pardon?
You have thaumaturgy by any chance? Man, mistake. Get that as your next cantrip. It fits your character so much. It's literally the spooky cantrip. Basically, you change your eyes, different colours. You can make your voice boom loudly.
Oh, that would work really well. I've got +6 intimidation.
Yeah, I mean, you could always dodge it you can slam shut or open doors and windows that were within range. You can oh look, it's all good. Smash the door open. That's all that. But yeah, no, if you don't have that, you are just gonna be shouted down the corridor. They can't see you yet. You're currently around the bend, but
Well, I'm hoping to make it loud enough noise to scare them.
Okay, so what are you saying?
I don't fucking know. Just fucking run.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
Okay. Wrong one. Where's it gone? There it is.
No wonder started and you're already losing your dice.
Well, I'm sorry. That's 17.
Okay, so you don't see the effects because you're around the corner. But Crook, you see the two things holding the energy weapons they just fired at you.
Yes.
Kind of like they pause for a second, they're not really sure what's going on. The cultist seems to ignore it.
Okay.
You still have your action if you want to do anything. Your movement.
Yeah, I can't see any of them, can I?
No, but the corridor's not long. You can walk to the end of it.
Okay. I want to run out and lightning law the closest one to me.
Closest one is probably the cultist, which is about 10 feet away from you.
Oh, I'll do. Where is it?
When can you start raising the dead?
I don't fucking know. They also take 1d8 damage if it's within 5 feet when I pull them.
Alright, but they have to fail on a strength save first, don't they?
Yeah, it's strength.
Okay, so they are not that strong.
Oh god.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they've got a 10 strength there, super average. That is a 7. I'm guessing that's below your DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what is the damage?
Do that.
There's extra dice there if you need it.
So, product 10 feet, straight line, take 1d8. And if it's 5th level, it's 2d8, and then 11th, then, yeah. 6th.
6 lightning damage?
Yeah.
Cool. That seems to hurt him real bad.
And is he closer to me now?
What does it do? So they do damage when you pull them. How far?
Yeah.
How far do they come closer?
It doesn't specify. It says I can do it to 15 feet and then pull towards in a straight line, pulled up to 10 feet,
Okay,
and
so-
then if they're within 5 feet, they do 1d8.
Alright, they're within 10 feet of you anyway, so if you pull them 5 feet closer, then yeah, you could do an extra damage if you want.
Okay.
You just nut them.
Another one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Dead.
Yes! I literally just went and jumped into the room and just
So is
went.
that
Crazy old man.
is
Yeah.
is that a cultist dead then?
Yeah.
Nice.
Which one is it?
The
The
one,
acolyte or the gun?
Does he have the gun?
no, that was the actual one.
Damn it!
He does have a sacrificial dagger.
I'll have the sacrificial dagger, you don't know.
Yeah, these guys are like, they know some weird magic for some reason, but they're not very strong. That's the whole thing. So that's pretty much your turn.
Yep.
So
Crazy old man enters the room.
Just shouting and then just mine.
Right.
you are currently standing next to Lucifer. Burial's kind of staggered behind you. There are two things with guns at the opposite end of the corridor that have just shot at you.
Right. Okay. How far away are they?
About 25 feet away, so within running distance.
Right. Okay. I wish I could attack them both at once.
Well,
Can you not just get out your 2 hand axes and just swing wildly?
if your 2 hand axes have the light property, you can make 2 attacks, but your second attack you won't be able to use your proficiency modifier, and you won't get to add your strength to damage.
Right.
It's basically like kind of offhand attacks are a thing. They're just not as effective as regular attacks.
How much health these fellas? Oh, you can't tell me that, can you?
Hit one and find out.
You have no fucking clue. You've not even touched one yet.
And these guys might be different. So they might have more health.
Yeah, they seem to definitely be different creatures. They are like they've kind of got these milky white eyes, but they've got this kind of grey-green fur and skin that covers the exposed parts of them.
Are they like bigger than the cultists?
I mean, they're stockier, but they're not like much taller.
Right. Okay. Health is 1d6.
They're slightly hunched, but
1d6 plus 4 is what my hand axes do. So I can do a maximum of 10. Right. If I was to pull out both my hand axes and run at them, and I used reckless attack, could I attack them both with advantage, or is that bullshit?
that works. Yeah, you
Does
do
it? Right, I'm gonna do that.
But bear in mind, they will have advantage against you.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
I'll-
They have guns, it's fine.
I'm gonna rage as well, obviously.
Alright.
Yeah, right.
So
Okay.
you hit you guys. So you hear from around the corner like
A
just
crazy
the-
old man and then a Goliath.
Well, you see results around, then you go from there. That's the wrong noise. That's the noise they make. That's the noise they make, not what Crook makes.
They
It's
just
just
like,
I'd be amazed if Crook did actually sound like that, but no. I don't have.
I think
all
he's
my
ringing
vocals
around the
today.
corner.
just
Right.
Yeah, you hear this like blood curdling battle cry.
I forgot what the fuck rage does. I honestly forgot the fuck it does.
So when you hit stuff,
Yes.
you get to add an additional +2, I think.
Yeah, it's melee damage bonus, so I get +2 to my damage, and I get resistance shit. Okay.
Yeah, you get resistance. Yeah,
Right.
you also have advantage on strength saves, I think.
Yeah.
Strength saves and checks. But
Right. So, just hit roll now, isn't it?
yeah,
Right. So do I roll 2 or just 1?
how many hitting?
Well, I'm gonna hit both. So should I just do 1 first and then the next one?
You can roll them both at the same time if you
No,
got
I'll just do right. First one I've got advantage. So
to. You have advantage on both of them, I think.
yes. Right. It's 12. So second one. It's a 19. Right. So first one I've got 19 on. I'm guessing.
Tell you that that's going to hit regardless of what your bonus is.
Certainly hits. So damage is a 1d6 plus 6. That will be 10 damage.
Okay. They seem pretty badly wounded, but
Yeah.
they're not down yet. You kind of cleave through whatever whatever protection they have on their clothing, and it kind of grunts. Let me mark down there.
We're killing them and taking their guns.
I want the gun.
Right. So
I want it.
again,
Yeah, are you hitting the same one or a different one?
I'll hit. Well, I just rolled almost as high as I can get there. So
So can I get it?
I'm just wondering because the maximum damage I can do with the hand axe is 12 damage with my bonuses.
And you will do less damage on this attack as well.
I'll go for the same one again then.
Okay. So
Right.
advantage again, but don't add the don't add your proficiency modifier to the roll.
Right. 10.
With the bonus?
So 10, that would be just
Would
plus
you-
your strength.
Well, plus my strength.
Yeah.
That'll be 14 then.
Exactly hits. 14 out of 20 hours at AC. Roll damage.
Okay. So D6. So is this so I don't get any bonuses to damage?
Just
No.
straight rolling it.
Right.
Excuse me.
Just D6.
Yeah. Offhand attacks are kind of like your kind of like quick and kind of desperate attack. That
Oh
doesn't.
shit. 2.
Yeah. 2. They're pretty badly wounded, but they're not dead yet.
Yeah. I should have used the axe. Should have used my great axe.
Yeah. So Reaver, it's now your turn.
Yay!
That coming out of Reaver would not suit her. Just,
Can
yay!
you hurry up and kill it so I don't take damage, please?
Well, where are they? Those two together? Are they together near?
They're around the corner.
Right, can I get between them and Kroot so I don't hurt them behind me?
I mean, so Crook's between you and them currently. He's standing right in front of them, and basically, so that like imagine it's like an L junction kind of thing.
Yeah.
Currently, like so, you start off here. Crook started off there.
Well, I kind of like do a little map.
Yeah. So basically, like,
So it's like if he's in the doorway, I can't get past really.
well, the corridor's like pretty wide. You can get past him, but like he's not the problem. He's directly in front of them, and they're like, I want to say probably about like it would take you 50 feet of running to get to him.
To them.
Yeah. If you want to get up melee, you can shoot them though.
Well, I was going to blast them away with my voice. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh my. Is it my voice or is it like just mind shit?
It comes out your
I
eyes.
can't remember. Does it come out my eyes?
Yeah.
Right.
Your
Well,
eyes
that's what
like
I wanted to do. I just wanted to blast them with that.
that'll definitely get Crook no matter what you do. It's like a 10-foot wide corridor that's like 30 foot long. There's no way you can escape that.
Within 30 feet of you. Yeah. And he's not got any intelligence, so. Okay, can I want to fire an arrow at them, but I don't want to let them know I'm there, kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's like, do I get a sneak attack for doing that? as well?
You're second level, so if you wanted to, you could use your bonus action to hide around the corner. That cover shoot. If you want to do that, you can make a stealth check.
Okay.
I think you get sneak attack anyway because Crook's next to them. So,
Yeah, I get a sneak attack.
but if you wanted to hide, you could potentially get advantage as well. So, it's up to you.
Do I lose the sneak attack if I fail the sneak?
No, because Crook's still next to it. Just like you wouldn't get advantage if they knew you there.
Okay, I'll try and stealth him. And then
Alright.
sneak attack.
Make a stealth check.
Ew. Yay! Where's my stealth? I don't really need it though because I got 17.
Yeah.
17 plus 4.
They don't notice you. They're too focused on the big angry man in front of them.
1d6 cool.
It's 2d6, isn't it? Because of sneak attack.
Wait,
Actually, what is your sneak attack level to? It's still one. It's still just one, isn't it?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, it just says 1.
It gets scary at high levels.
Okay. Right. So I'm going to go through this again because I've forgotten. When do I add the plus 4? When I roll?
Yeah. So basically, roll to attack first.
Oh yeah.
You have advantage, so you can roll twice and take the high.
Well, I need it. 9. 13.
13 misses.
Fuck.
So even with the advantage, yeah, you kind of duck around the corner.
Couldn't move.
They don't appear to see you, but you kind of like peek around and fire an arrow. But it just skitters across the wall behind them. They have seen you now though.
Damn it.
So, I don't think you've got anything else you can do in turn because you've used your movement in attack and you're yeah, okay. So, we're now back to the top of initiative, but
Oh no! Schmick!
oh yeah. What do you
Sneaky
want- what do you want
I
to
don't know
do?
what the fuck he'd do though, because it's like, I want him to stay and not do anything.
He has a sling.
He has a
Can
sling
he,
guy.
can he hit them from where he is?
Actually, check if the range is 30 or 20 feet.
I don't actually know if I have his sling. Is it just the same as a dagger?
It has a range, so he might be out of range. I don't know.
I don't have his sling, I only have his fork.
Right. Hang on, I think I can find the stats. Either way, it just means that he'll the difference is that he goes 10 feet further in the corridor or not, basically. He's fine. It's 30 feet.
30 feet.
Yeah. So if he follows up next to you, he's only got little legs, but he can just about manage it. Yeah, he's small, so he's 5 feet slower than you, which means that yeah, so he catches up with you because this part of the corridor is shorter, but he's just about within range of the other guys. So if he wanted to, he can make a sling
Right.
attack, which is basically a dagger, but ranged.
So it's just a d4 plus 2.
Yeah, but you need to roll 10 first, which I think is +4 for him.
Oh, bless. Got a 3.
No. So
Even with a +4, it's like, no. Poor baby.
he kind of runs up, swinging the sling, is and it kind of it bounces off the wall.
Favourite part of D&D is your sound effects.
If I hadn't read my vocals 2 or 3 weeks ago, this would be fine. But I'm currently doing VFX light. Not VFX, just sound effects. Sorry, wrong one. You can tell I've had 3 hours sleep. So that we're back to the top of the round, but this time around, Burial and Valencia are no longer surprised by what's going on. However, the dirk that Crook has been raging against and just digging his hand axes into him, in a panic will try and shoot you, Crook.
Yes.
But because you're right next to him, it's D&D is odd with ranged weapons. You can't point blank someone easily because you're they're in the way, going oh, you fucking batting the gun away and shit. So he has disadvantage to hit you.
Nice.
That's a good thing he had disadvantage because the first roll was a 17. I'm guessing an H doesn't hit you.
An 8?
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Cool. So yeah, he tries to point the weapon at you, and you kind of bat it away with the hand axe as it discharges into the corridor. He is thoroughly terrified. After that, Burial kind of comes to, but she's still kind of stumbling on the ground. And yeah, she kind of stumbles backwards, and you see her press against a wall. What's everyone's passive perception?
16.
Okay. I think.
Mine's 14, I think.
12.
All right. So, Reva, only you notice this. You hear this kind of click noise, and whoop, as you turn around to see Burial's gone, where she was pressing on the wall, and you see a panel slowly slip back into place.
Oh, damn it.
Well then.
I just have a question.
Yes.
You know how when I killed the Shadow Master?
Yeah.
You gave me the choice of how I killed it.
Yeah.
Can I be given the choice of how I kill things in the future?
I mean, if you
Within
stuff,
reason.
if you want to describe how you do stuff, that's up to you.
Right.
As long as it doesn't mechanically affect the game, you can kill things however the fuck you want.
Right, good.
It's when you kill it, then you can just describe how he did it.
Yes. That's just what I'm doing.
With big things on
You're going to make it gory, aren't you?
Well, yeah, it makes me feel a sense of achievement if I get to describe it.
Yeah. When it's big things, I'll specifically ask you because that's you killed the boss, or whatever. You get to do the cool finisher, but like
Yes.
if you want to describe whatever you can do that.
Sure.
Same thing with people that have spells. If you want to describe what that looks like, that's up to you.
Burial. I burn shit.
Well, it's like with I do a lot more flavouring with like I've got a divine soul sorcerer that's supposed to be like star themed, so I have to do a lot of heavy reflavouring to make the spells sound correct. I think one of the coolest ones is when he does detect magic. Like his pupils, which are kind of like star fields, expand and cover his entire eyes. His eyes go pitch black, but have still stars in them. You can see into the void through his eyes, which is cool. But like, yeah, basically, if you want to make like your spells sound cool, your abilities sound cool, just describe how they look or what they do. And yeah, it's up to you guys if you want to add as much flavour as you want. It's now the other Dirk who is kind of standing just a bit off to the side of you, so he's going to try and shoot you from like 5 feet away. he's still close, but he doesn't have disadvantage. He rolled. I think that hits. I'm guessing a 21 hits.
It certainly does.
Yeah. Right. They didn't do very well on damage last time. I tell a lie. You take 9 force damage, which isn't half by your rage. Despite your fury, this kind of energy pulse like catches you across the back, and it kind of cuts through your defenses.
Can I have it with my stone skin?
You can't halve it, but you can roll a d12 and add your constitution modifier and reduce the damage by that amount.
A d12.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Constitution. So is just the number middle below it. Then.
Yeah.
That one.
It's
right.
the bonus.
Yeah. Okay. Right. I'll do that then. Right.
Scores are pretty much only used for leveling up.
So we done 9.
Yeah. So you need to roll.
Yeah, I negate it. I'm fine.
Yeah. So like, despite like, as he fires at you, this kind of blast of kind of radiant pink energy hits you across the back, but you kind of instinctively flex, and your skin kind of takes on this craggy kind of stone-like texture, and it dissipates on the back.
Like when they fire at Superman and it just goes ping off his chest.
Mm-hmm. Well, that Berserker's thoroughly terrified. It's gonna fucking run away.
See, that's also great. I can only do it once per day, or is it once per long rest? I can do that.
I think it's once for long rest. See, yeah. So that shot should have had advantage, but it doesn't matter because you absorbed it anyway.
Yeah.
They've got a feature called Opportunist, which allows them to shoot things better if people are next to them. I just rolled a dice on the floor. Right. So, Lucifer, now your turn.
Okay.
Actually, so before that happens, the Dirk starts running away around the corner again.
Fucking coward.
Or is that the one that was really hurt?
No, that's the one that hasn't been touched at all.
Can you leave the injured one to me? I've got a plan for him.
Okay.
Currently, the only enemy you can see, I mean, you can chase after them, but the only enemy you can see is the one that Crook is currently hacking up.
The one running away has the gun.
Both of them
That's
have
very
guns.
true.
Both of them have guns.
Yes, but if we kill the one that's running away, we have 2 guns.
True.
How smart are they? Well, how wise are they?
Well, one's running away, so what do you think?
You have no clue.
Okay. How close is the one running away?
The one running away is kind of currently out of line of sight.
Damn it.
Okay.
You kind of reached like this corridor is kind of an odd one. Like this seems to be like it kind of winds back and forth, but seems to be covered with these bookshelves. So you think it's kind of like a weird makeshift library, but it makes for a strange corridor that difficult to track people in. But it's gone around a second corner.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah. Crook, you can see from this angle though, despite that you won't be able to communicate to anyone else in your rage. It is kind of a U-bend.
So, in rage, are you like incoherent? Pretty much?
I mean, you're just like screaming pretty much.
Yeah.
You can shout stuff. I can't imagine you can like communicate eloquently. You can probably say like, "There's something over there," but like you can't. I can't imagine you construct a a regular
Try
sentence.
pointing. Just put all your like.
You kind of hulked out, so like.
Yeah. I've got a plan for how the injured one's gonna die.
See, I don't know if it's wise if I'd just like go off on one and try and look for him for myself. Because there's not much I can do else, because there's only one person and you want to kill him.
Yeah.
So what the fuck do I do?
You could just run to a corner and see where he went.
Yeah, but he's went around another corner, like it just said. Meaning that I wouldn't be able to see him from that corner.
Can you not get around the corner as well? And no, run.
But he'd
If
be
he's
around
gone
another
round a
one.
corner and gone round another corner, can you not just stay at the first corner?
What would be the point in that? He's still running around a different corner.
And then you can peek around that corner. See where
Is
he's
this
gone.
one,
Instead of
is
just
this
going
one just
round.
actually just trying to get away now? So the one.
That's what you think.
I assume so with the crazy hulking Goliath.
Right.
Yeah. But, like they seem to be having like just a conversation before.
I think he might be trying to get more. You should probably go after him, I think.
Well, yeah, but fuck. Okay, I'm gonna try go after him, and then can I make it around? Like, is there several different corners after that one, or do I just not know yet?
So basically, like each stretch of corridor is about like 30 feet long. So like about the amount of time you can run in a turn without sprinting. So if you like once you get round to that corner, you can peek around and you can still see him. That corner.
That's
do
what
that.
I meant.
I'll do that then.
That's what I
Yeah.
meant. To get to the corner and peek around.
So kind of like there's a kind of like so where from where you are there's like this there's like that and that kind of, it looks just double back like that. There's a very
Okay.
thin wall between them.
So if he's in my line of sight, how far away from me is he now?
20 feet.
Fuck. Alright, I'll use Toll of the Dead.
All right, so that's a wisdom saving throw.
So you're gonna give
Yeah.
him a massive headache.
Yeah, fuck you.
Give
Cause
it
I
a gun.
I can't really do much else. I was going to use Lightning Lore and just slam him to the wall.
Or pull him back.
Yeah.
That is an unnatural one.
Okay then.
They're not very wise.
It worked for once.
That's
He's uninjured, so when
take 1d8, and if it's missing any of it, so that doesn't matter. So it's just 1d8. Motherfucker. 5.
Nice. Yeah, so you like you hear like you watch as it kind of like clutches its head as it runs, but like keeps running on.
I thought it'd be like enough pain to just be like, I can't move.
We need to get after this fellow.
Well,
Working on it.
yeah, exactly.
So if that's the end of your turn,
Yep.
Crook, it is your turn.
Right. Okay.
There is a man cowering before you.
Right.
I thought you was just
So-
gonna be like, there's a man.
I have a question. How
There's a
much?
man
How
with
much
my hand
damage?
sandwich.
Yes.
How much damage can your fists do? My fists.
Oh god, you just been pummeling to death.
I've got a bit of a better idea.
You're proficient with martial weapons, so if you hit, it'll do 1 plus your strength,
Hmm.
and you get your rage damage. from that as well.
Mm.
Well, because I want to finish him off with my hands.
Okay.
Right. So it'll be 1 plus my strength.
Oh, then I just
So
forgot what you was going to do.
will that be my strength
I
modifier?
hope it's not that.
Right.
Yeah. It's the same. Like it's the same you'd add to like any of your other weapons when you hit, because it's a strength-based weapon.
So it'll be.
Fists, unless you're a monk, are they're literally just like a light strength-based weapon.
So it'll be 5 then. 1 plus 4. Because of my strength. modifier.
Your strength is +4, so the damage would be +4 or +6 if you're raging. So
Oh right. Okay. Excellent. So I can do 7 damage then. With this.
yeah,
Right. Okay then.
it's guaranteed that's your minimum.
Right. That's my minimum. Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
It's still the same like
I'm scared now.
Right.
still the same to hit as any of your other weapons, but damage is 1 plus 7.
Right.
It is objectively your least effective weapon.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I've got a plan. Right. So I'm gonna reckless attack again with my
Okay.
fists. So advantage. 19
That hits.
and 1. So obviously we're taking the
Good job you
19.
got a 19.
So 1 plus 7 damage.
No,
So-
plus 6 damage.
Plus 6, so 7 damage.
He dead.
Right, how I'm going to do... I'm going to pop his eyes out.
Okay.
Aw.
So I'm just going to just do that until he's dead.
Like the mountain in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
We-
Yeah, I thought that would be a cool way to
Spoilers for everyone who hasn't watched it.
Spoilers, guys.
It's like not that far in. It's in the first season, isn't it?
No, it's in like the 4th or 3rd season, I think. I think it's 4th
He does it a few times. Put it that way.
I think he only does it once.
No, he tries to do it a few times.
He tries, he only does it on screen once, though.
It is kind of. It seems to be his favourite thing.
Right, well anyway, that's how I've done it.
Alright, yeah, so you kind of press it, you press into these kind of eyes, and you hear it kind of screeching and gurgling, like grasping at you ineffectively, and then eventually collapse to the floor. Your hands are covered in gore.
I would like to point out that
Um,
Reva's still standing there.
Yeah, you probably hear from like down the corner, what the fuck? I don't know, that's what you say, but like...
It's like, what? It's like over Schmick's eyes.
Probably imagine that.
Like,
Don't.
don't see. Don't see, baby, don't see.
Yeah, speaking of River, it's your turn.
Yay! Can I get to the guy that's run off?
I was about to say,
You can get to about the same place Lucifer is.
yeah.
And I've got a bow, so I was
Yes,
going
but
to...
you have bow.
Can
You
I-
have bow.
Can I fire at his ankle to stop him from running?
If you want to make it so the way in D&D doesn't really have marked shots, you can like attempt if you want to. I would say you could, but you have disadvantage.
Or would I get a sneak attack though because I'm next to...
They have to be next to your ally, not you, for it to work.
Oh.
As far as I'm
Okay.
aware. Basically, the idea behind it is that you're distracting your enemy or someone else's, so that you can get like the shot in as opposed to.
I
just
think he
being,
did a pretty good job of distracting me.
True, but he's
Um,
expecting to be shot at, so
Okay, so it's disadvantage.
disadvantage to
It's
try and hit
an
his
aim
ankle.
shot.
But if you hit his ankle, he'll have a reduction to his speed. I'll say this is completely homebrew, but yeah.
Makes sense.
20... Natural 20! 20 either way!
Nice. Okay, so yeah, you hit. You don't crit, but you hit. Roll damage.
4.
4. Okay. Yeah. So you manage to kind of like the arrow sinks into his ankle like as he's trying to run away. I'm gonna figure out what the fuck is that. 7. Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, and you see kind of like the arrow's kind of like protruding out of his ankle. He's kind of limping now. Definitely slowing in speed. You have a bonus action, I believe. I think you've got cunning action, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you wanted to, you could bonus action run at him again.
I can't do anything though when I get to him.
No, but it means that he'll be closer to you next round if he survives.
Sure, I want to sprint at him.
What does Smick do as you abandoned him by the corridor?
Fuck,
You just said stay there, baby.
well, I kind of like covered his eyes, but I'm assuming like you might be a bit traumatized at what Groot just did.
He's witnessed this before. For all you know, he's
Not eye popping.
He's a grizzled veteran.
You went through some shit.
He's been in the Dragon Wars now.
Well, knowing Schmick, I assume he would try to follow me.
Yeah, he's about 30 feet behind you because you like fucking like pegged it down the corridor.
Fucking yell.
So I assume he's just gonna try and move like, as far as he can.
Yeah, he gets to about where Lucifer is.
Can he try his sling?
Yeah, he'll be within range.
Alright. I need to like turn back to Schmick's
Yeah.
page.
He's just about within range because like he isn't as fast as you even when he's not sprinting. So like he barely manages to keep up.
I did sort of just like dash off.
Yeah.
Well, we got an 8.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Oh.
He's not doing so well. With that,
I'm
I
like,
forgot
I'm helping.
Valencia's around. I forgot that she had a turn last round. So yeah, like none of you guys are watching her though, so you don't know what happens. I'll let Leah know what goes on while she's kind of hanging out. So top of the round, it would be Barrow's turn, but you have no idea where she is. It is now the gun dude.
who's limping and running away.
He is still limping and running away. Yeah, so you're pretty much next to him. Like you're like directly next to him. He is terrified. He's not gonna take the opportunity to.
Well, yeah, I fired an arrow at him and just sort of appeared. It's like, hey.
Yeah, he's not gonna take the opportunity to disengage. He's gonna fucking take it. So if you want to, you can use your action to take an attack of opportunity.
Yay! What do I do?
So if you've got any melee weapons, you can make an attack roll against him.
A rapier. I'm gonna use my rapier because it does more damage.
That's okay. I didn't realize it was a rapier. That's fucking insane. Fair enough.
D8. I need my D8.
You have to roll to hit first.
I have a dagger as well.
Yeah.
No, I think I've used my rapier once before.
Yeah, you have to roll to attack first, but
Is that the D8?
yes.
Right. 14.
14 hits, just about.
Yay. And now I do this. Died.
He's a more Roy
He did.
I'm
He
gonna
did.
stick it in his spine. Like the base of his back.
Yeah. So after kind of like
I actually killed someone! I don't think I've actually killed anybody yet.
well, you might have killed some goblins. I can't remember, but like
Yeah, killed some boys.
after you like sever his Achilles tendon as he's trying to run away, like he's kind of limping with one leg. You kind of run up, and then as he tries to get past you, you just fucking stick the wrist spine. He just like and collapses on the ground.
Yay!
You are currently out of initiative.
I'm going to pick up his gun.
Yes. So.
I'm going to turn around and say, Lucifer, go get the other gun. That was yours.
I want to know something.
Yes.
I was about to say, if you turn around and say you want it,
I
then
don't
you
want-
can't use magic.
I don't want the fucking gun. I want to know. So what
Give
do
us the
these?
head.
What do
No.
what do these hooded, the non-cultist fuckers? What do they look like?
So they kind of like. They're kind of. They're humanoid. They're kind of wearing this kind of like it looks like leather, but it's not. It's not. You don't know what it
It's
is,
not.
but it's this kind of dyed leather kind of jumpsuit kind of thing they're wearing, with these kind of reinforced boots, these kind of helmets that look like almost like a similar material to what the Guardian was wearing, but like not as strong. And they have they're kind of like the exposed parts of them you can see are covered in this like short kind of green grey fur over similarly coloured skin. They've got these milky white eyes which just popped. Slightly pointed ears, kind of like vaguely kind of like flattened, almost kind of like kind of stout-like noses, but small. And they've got these wide mouths with, and you can see because the one that you're in front of has still has the mouth open. It's kind of these little small little fangs.
So what are they, goblins?
Make a. Check with the speed. I guess nature check.
Can I do this?
Yeah, anyone who's looking at the bodies can make that.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Natural 20. What the fuck?
Wow.
I think
Shit.
we might know. Hold on. I'm pretty sure.
One.
You guys can tell me, don't worry.
I've got.
Balanced as everything should be.
Fucking hell.
No. All right. So yeah. So you guys have never encountered anything like this before. You know it's not a goblin, and you know it's not a hobgoblin, which are or a bugbear, which are all goblinoids.
Oh, I that's what I guessed it was last week. I was wrong.
Yeah. So
A bugbear.
No, a hobgoblin.
Oh.
yeah. Goblins, despite the group being called goblinoids, goblins are like the shittest of all of them. They're dumb, chaotic, and kind of ravenous. These guys are bigger than goblins. They look kind of too small to be hobgoblins. Hobgoblins are like these like red-skinned, kind of like black haired, very militaristic. Probably a lot more disciplined than these guys you'd expect.
Yes.
Bugbears are fucking massive, long old arms. They don't need a spear to hit you from 10 feet away, and they're a lot hairier. You don't really know what these guys are, but they're not a race that you've encountered before.
Right.
They're
Okay.
kind of like moblins from Zelda.
Actually,
Right.
I've never actually played a Zelda game, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what that is.
I'll
It's a
show
red
it.
pig-nosed goblin.
Right.
It's the only way I can describe them.
Okay.
They're big.
So for the obvious,
Well, they aren't
because of the tradition of me fighting,
Okay.
I'm gonna take its head off now.
All right.
At least let us loot it first.
Oh, you can be. It's more important.
Yeah, so that's the point. They don't know that. That's for sure. Hang on, I'll see if I can find an image. Because they are loosely based on something else. Try to see if I can find. Yeah, they kind of look like these guys.
The small ones.
Have you been playing Hyperlight Drifter too much?
No, I've not been playing too much. I've not played it in like the past month, but
I was about to say 2 more.
I've played that game like 3 times in a row and completed it 3 times in a row.
Is it a hard game?
It's challenging, but it's not like overly frustrating. I would say. Like there's a good difficulty curve. It's a good game. You should definitely play it, but
I keep looking at it and I'm like, is it one of those games where it's stupidly hard?
no. I mean,
Am I just gonna get annoyed?
The thing Hyperlight Drifter is probably one of my favorite games of all time. It is a lot of things from that are to a greater or lesser extent inspirations for this campaign.
We've noticed.
For some of only small bits. You guys are kind of oddly in the bit that's kind of most inspired by, I guess, the mountainous area.
I'm guessing you know also the acid trip that Lucifer had.
Yeah, that's cussing the game. Well, part of it's cussing the game. Some of it's not.
I'm a Game Boy character, baby.
Right, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna take its head off.
All right.
I want to
Excellent.
loot.
Right, so
I
I'm
wanna
going to replace the Kenku head on my right shoulder pad with this one. I'm going to put that head in my bag.
Okay. It's a horrible mess when which is your bag. But
Yes.
sure.
Of course it is. But yeah, so I've now got
bit
I've got 3
jarring
varieties. I've
off.
got dog. I've got dog.
Dog,
3
bird,
thi-
and a
I've
whatever
got
goblin.
Dog, 3 Kenkus, and a thing.
Are you taking the helmet off?
Oh yeah, I'm taking the helmet off. Don't want the helmet.
Don't worry, guys. I'm taking
there's
the helmet.
There's a helmet.
You know, actually, you know what? I'll leave it on.
Alright.
Sure, I'll leave the helmet on.
Cool. So those of you that are looting the bodies, make investigation checks.
No, I'm bothered.
I want the gun.
8. I have the gun.
20. I have the gun.
So they don't have much on them, but like the gun is pretty obvious. Really, you can pick up the one that from the one you killed.
Yes.
What the fuck did I have? Did I have like an epiphany or some shit? Just what?
No, you look at it, you just like see you see through the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these guys don't have much on them.
What kind of gun is it?
What type of gun is
I'll
it?
let you know in a second.
Pistol.
I'll just write guns for now.
They're not pistols. They're kind of like more kind of
Muskets. Or
That's the kind of close comparison your character would know. I think, but they're then look a lot
I
more
always wondered,
advanced.
is there actually guns in D&D? Because some don't have it in campaigns.
By default,
Something
no,
similar.
because guns aren't made to work in D&D particularly. Because guns, if you compare them to real life, would do a fuck ton of damage. So the main comparison I always make is that monks can catch arrows and projectiles, right? But it's a certain damage threshold. So to prevent monks from catching bullets, you have to make guns do like a fuck ton of damage.
The thing is, because I do get it. Say, for example, you've got like this archery struggling to hit someone. Let's say you hit them in the shoulder just to snap it out. Say someone just pulls out a gun and just shoots them in the head. It's a bit unfair. So I guess that's why.
Monks at third level have the ability to deflect missiles. So
I remember you told me not to do that. She like
Yeah,
flipped
it's
an arrow
fucking-
back at the guy.
it's fucking badass. So then you can do it for free as a reaction. You can catch it and you roll. I think you roll a d10 plus your monk level, plus like your wisdom modifier or something like that. It's nuts. You get a massive amount of things
I
you
do
can
want to
use.
play a monk. That is one of the characters I do want to play.
Monks are badass. I love monks. I have not played enough of them, but yeah. Then if you want to, you can spend a key point to throw it back or at someone else nearby. So it's like, if you do that with a bullet, it's like a sniper like on a rooftop like fires and you're like, no. It's like, it's not the Matrix. God damn.
Oh no! According to Mick, it's the Matrix. We're in a simulation.
I
He's
believe
also beginning to make
that's
messages recently. He's been telling me that 2 weeks ago he told us to kill ourselves, and the last week he told us not to kill ourselves.
I think-
What? He told you to kill yourself.
yeah, he did. That's true.
I'm sorry, what?
Maybe we should come in tomorrow.
Yeah, seriously.
It's good fun. But yeah, no, like I think him believing that you're in a simulation is a product of the culture. To be honest, in the 1800s, when steam power was a thing, psychologists and physicians drew a lot of comparisons between like brain stuff and like pressure. Because that was the whole paradigm of technology at the time. Now with computers and AI, I was like, oh, it's a simulation. It's like, no, it's like when the next technology comes along, that's what you'll believe in. Like that's all it is.
Oh, were you there when he broke James?
I'm a different group, so no.
You were saying how colour's not really called colour, and he kept going,
Yes,
yeah, it is, and then James go, but it's not. Like, yeah, it is, and I'm like, but it's not.
I
breaking
was fucking confused when you were talking about that last week.
He was like, James, shush, it's okay, just shush. You're arguing with a crazy person, just stop.
I think that Mick is a bit fucking mad, to be honest.
When he has to be.
He just asked you to kill yourself.
Oh, it did. A bit.
Yeah. The thing is, like, colour is a weird one because, like, we basically like if we could see other wavelengths, we also call them colours, but we can't. So, like, technically, colours are imaginary, but they do exist as well.
Yeah.
Our perception of them is unique, but the actual colours themselves are an abstract concept.
Once again on D&D we're talking about fucking colour.
Also, another thing as well, I never thought I'd hear the words chemical castration mentioned in any form of education ever, but it was last week.
Oh yeah, he was talking about Alan Shearer.
Yeah. Alright, should we get back to D&D?
Probably,
We
yeah.
went from guns in D&D to colour to chemical castration.
It's fun times.
Because he was gay in the 40s and they weren't allowed that.
No. They're pretty fucking prejudiced. Anyway. Yeah, so, Lucifer, whilst rifling through this you're rifling through the one that, like, had its skull popped and then cut off, which is a fun time. You probably don't mind the gore, though. So, like, the helmet...
It's a normal day for Lucifer.
The helmet's been removed, but, like... Yeah, you see, like, it's got this kind of, like, kind of material that's kind of like leather but kind of stretchier. Like this kind of jumpsuit with kind of these...
Spandex.
Not quite. It seems to be...
Just a rubber gimp suit.
Oh, no. No.
It's not quite. It seems like it's not like skin tight, but it gives them like a modicum of like defense. It's kind of like a much like high quality leather armor almost, but like also conjoined with other bits of fabric to cover their entire bodies, and it doesn't seem to fit them very well. Like you can see, like it's bunched up in some places and loose in others.
Will it fit me? Will it be better than what I have?
You don't know, but you're like
I know everything.
you're like a foot taller than these guys, and it doesn't fit them very well. So like, I'm not sure.
Yes, but I am like scales and gemstones.
That's not going to help.
I was about to say that make it worse.
Yeah, you don't know what these suits are like fit for, but like they weren't made with the intention of these creatures.
Like lift it up and just. Oh.
Yeah. Also, like if you take it off them, you're pretty much stripping them almost entirely naked. They're not very much underneath.
I don't care, they're dead.
But yeah.
Be an interesting find for the next one of adventurers.
True. But yeah, so they've really got not much on them, but this one you see kind of like has there are these kind of like very like subtly disguised pockets inside where you can see you find these kind of like old metal containers. You think they're quite slim, and they seem to like they're kind of like half metal, half glass, but you assume glass, you don't know what it is, but not transparent, bizarrely.
Alright.
You rolled a
Sorry.
you rolled on the table, rolled a 1. But yeah, other than that, you find the gun.
Gun!
Which is kind of like this.
Imagine Lucifer doing that. Gun!
Gun!
It's about the same length as a musket, but it's entirely metal and it's other material.
He's a short ass, isn't he? Lucifer.
He's
He's probably not that
6
big.
foot. Some
No, I think it's
Just-
you're
does
tall,
that-
but because
does-
he's hunched over.
Does that mean that like the musket's taller
6'6".
Oh, what?
It's pretty fucking
6
tall.
foot
Yeah, he's tall, but he's hunched over because he's old.
So how like, tall is he actually if he's hunched over? Because he's
6, whatever you just said.
6'6".
fucking hell. He's massive then.
Yeah.
Jesus, I didn't know he's that tall.
Yeah, he's not actually a scrawny old man. He's quite tall. He just
He's
pretends
just
to
like
be.
well built, but he's under
tall.
He's just like
He's tall, but he's like.
he's always like
I can actually see.
but he's like bodybuilder size.
I can actually see what he's more into. I always got the impression he was a short ass.
No.
no, he just acts like it.
Yeah.
It's 'cause
He's
he's
just
good.
like,
Yeah. No. Anyway, after that great round of impressions there. Yeah. So yeah, you find gun.
gun.
You find gun.
It is.
Gun is good.
Yeah. It kind of like it's the kind of same rough dimensions of like a musket, but it has more stuff on it. Like for example, the kind of stock at the back has like a thing to kind of press against your shoulder. There seems to be. It looks a lot more advanced than what you're used to, basically, and it's like lots of little things on it you don't quite understand.
Imagine him accidentally firing it and like the kickback sends him flying.
Yeah, you think it would take like some time for you to get used to it, like and figure out how the fuck this works.
Probably definitely worth keeping.
I was about to say, because of what you said before, is it like magic based, or do they come with bullets?
Make a Arcana check.
Okay. Ooh. That's a 9.
You not got any skills?
Pardon?
You not got any bonus to Arcana checks? Or
Plus 3.
okay, so that'll be a 12.
Okay.
Um,
I read it wrong.
Fair enough. Alright, so yeah, you think it definitely shows looking at it, it looks a lot less pristine than the pistol that the Guardian had. The pistol that they carried seemed to be very well looked after. This one doesn't seem to. This one seems to have degraded a bit. Like it's kind of scuffed, and you see like bits of like slightly corroded in places. And it seems in kind of like not quite disrepair, but it doesn't seem to be as kind of functional as it may have once been. But yeah, so like it's not too difficult to figure out that like you can see protruding from like halfway down the gun is basically like a very similar thing to what was in the guy's pocket. So you reckon whatever that is, you plug it in, and it makes the shoot. So
Yes.
you figured out how to load it.
I do
basically,
wanna.
kind of.
I do want to point out how like you keep saying shoot and things like that. That's how like Lucifer
Yeah.
thinks.
Just imagine him like turning around going shoot to one of the other people.
Yeah, no, it's because I watch Angry Tom, so occasionally he does things like the puka.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, a spear. But yeah. So that's pretty much what you find on the dudes. You have 2 of those, and yeah, if you spend time to kind of like look over them at some point, it doesn't have to be now. You can wait till you rest next, if you want. Yeah. How are we doing for time? We got like an hour and a half.
I was gonna say it's like 10 past.
We're doing good.
Yeah.
This has been good so far.
You do notice, however, you have no idea where the fuck Burial and Valencia have gone. They seem to have disappeared.
Well, Reva saw where Burial went, kind of.
Well,
Yeah.
was it-
So
was
she's
it-
gonna
did-
say there was a panel back there that Burial fell through.
Oh, she fell through it?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know whatever.
I mean, Creature's just like, oh,
Well, to be fair, Kroot does fucking hate Burial. So
That's up to you.
yeah, no, I do because she helped the bloody captain at one time.
I was about to say, to be fair,
Well, I think she
you're
helped him,
going
just
to
didn't help you.
gain like someone who can do a fireball that basically nukes the area if she levels up.
Yeah. Also a magic user. I don't like magic users.
Yeah, Cook's like, if
Yeah.
I can kill her before, it's fine.
Reva's gonna go up to like where Burial kind of fell through, just started like
Sniff.
poking where she thinks like a panel it could be.
Investigation check.
Look at my dice. Why did I do that much? 8. 10.
Yeah, you can't find like. You don't know like if there was like some sort of button that she pressed, you can't find it. And when you look, the wall's kind of made out of these plates anyway. You can't find where the seam would be for like what happened. You have no idea like where or how that's happened. Like she managed to do that, but it doesn't seem to be easy to find.
Turn around back to Crook and go, well, she's gone.
Groot's just like, good fucking riddance.
Yeah.
We'll carry on down the corridor then. After,
Yes, so.
I say loot the acolyte, but if only have the bloody sacrificial daggers.
Yeah.
Although, didn't you take that?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Continue on down.
Oh, how much we have this like collection of sacrificial daggers.
I'm covered in blood at the moment.
Is there
Right.
anything that like I could give Schmick that like fit Schmick armor wise off the?
Oh, what about the helmet on this
Okay.
fella's head?
The helmet is like easily double the size of his head.
Oh.
That yeah, that's why I was like, not the helmet.
Right. I guess we'll just keep on moving then.
Once, give me a second. I'll just get back to my notes. I just print all this shit off, but I haven't, so apologies. But
Very sorry.
Okay. So as you kind of progress through these corridors, which are like similarly like you're not sure if this place was like originally like what's the name of it? What one of those places? Catacombs. That's it. Where you get all the bones. You're not sure if it was like a catacombs that was retrofit as a library or the other way around. But like there seems to be a mixture of like bookcases or shelves like that are filled intermittently with dusty old books and skulls and other bones. You don't know why. Occasionally, like around a few, you see kind of like candles with the wax that have melted down and kind of puddled on the floor.
Any of the books of interest, or are they just all?
You pick one out, and it's either like in a much older version of like common or a foreign language. You don't know. They seem to be very old, but seemingly well preserved.
Ah, yes, Americanish.
Oh. Yeah. As you kind of wander through these corridors, eventually you come to kind of a more open area, which both Crook and Reva notice, but Lucifer doesn't immediately.
I'm sorry.
Fast perception, baby.
Takes him a minute.
You're one off. If your perception was one high, you'd be able to see this.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, as you're kind of walking forward, you kind of like maybe you stop, maybe you don't, but you see that the floor is.
The floor is very floor.
The
I'm
floor.
trying to figure out why Lucifer misses everything.
The rugs. That
To be
like,
fair, I've been quite good for the last few fights.
the rug that's kind of like the rugs that have kind of like previously covered the floors and the bookshelves that are usually on the walls kind of stop at this point, and you see that the floor in front of you has kind of etched in these like these little symbols or runes all across them, in different kind of plates, and you recognise them as very similar to the ones that you found on the plateau.
Well, Reba's going to stop before she steps on one.
It seems like do you stop Lucifer?
She thinks for a minute and then just like grabs the back of his cloak to stop him.
Yeah. So
But I want to go down the holy hole.
So, right, mouthful. It's really bad at this. I'll stop talking and then eat stuff. But yeah, so as you kind of realise this, kind of you see like this kind of. It's kind of like a shape of a capital I. It's kind of like the room you're in kind of opens out from the corridor, and then narrows again, kind of like a funnel, and then you see it kind of open up at the other end, and you see at the opposite end there seems to be kind of like a few crates, like they're like some of them wood and some of them out of another material, but they seem like relatively fresh given like how everything else is so desiccated down here, and you also see kind of like something similar to like the plinth that you found on the top of the mountain with the elevator, but you don't see anything on the floor at the opposite end. It's too far, or there's nothing there you don't know. But yeah, you see this kind of long. It's probably about 20 feet across. This kind of narrowing corridor with these plates on the floor. And your passive perception is 16, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, that is enough to hear kind of bickering coming from, like, gently echoing down the corridor. What are you guys doing?
Well, avoiding.
So we're bickering again. More people are arguing.
It doesn't sound like the same voices as last time. This seems to be you're pretty accustomed to like the shrill kind of screeching of the cultists. You don't hear any of that this time.
I'm going to move towards it.
Okay.
As you're avoiding the pitfalls.
Yeah.
I was about to say, just make that clear.
So how big are these pitfalls?
They seem like, as far as you're aware, they cover the entire floor.
But can I still get across them?
You don't know.
So what are they there for? They're just there as a trap.
You don't know.
Can
Again.
we either do like a test tap with a foot?
So as you kind of like, how much of your weight do you think like you can like put on the plate? Do you think?
Like enough of a weight, but if it was to fall, she could pull herself back.
So like after, so you kind of like press and then kind of like apply more pressure, and then you see kind of like the runes flash.
As soon
through.
as
And as you step back, you see this kind of probably about like 5 by 5, like quite a large plate, kind of glows, kind of like almost like evaporates into light, and then disappears. And you see this kind of bottomless pit below you that you can see kind of like mists, kind of coiling at the bottom, but you don't see where it ends. And you can like you just about see like a faint like sloping from the side you're on. That part of the where you're standing seems to kind of curve off down, but after about kind of like 5 or so seconds, the plate reforms.
Okay.
Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, like whatever like has been whatever's arguing in the corner seems to be getting louder to the point where you can now hear them as well.
Now knowing how much weight Reva can put on the plate,
Yeah.
Can she sneak across them?
So do you move onto the plate, or are you just trying to?
She's just gonna put her foot back on it again just to see.
Okay. Are you continuing to move across, or are you staying in place and just testing again?
Double checking like how
Okay.
much weight she can put on it.
Yeah. So like. A similar thing happens. You see the runes flash. Like, are you gonna press onwards, or you can jump backwards again?
Jump backwards again.
Yeah. So like, they do seem pressure sensitive. Like, small weights don't seem to set them off. But you think even like Smick, like even how small he is, he's only like 3 foot tall. You think even he would like potentially trip on one of these plates.
I forgot he was with me. Okay, I'm going to drag Schmick and myself back into the corridor we came from.
Okay.
And if there was somewhere to hide.
All right. Make a stealth check, I guess. And also make one for Smick.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then a 9.
Nice. Yeah. So like, you try and hide, but you're not convinced that you're hidden. Right? Like, I think if someone walked past, they'd definitely see me. Lucifer's just like kind of looking at you, like, what the fuck are you doing?
So Smick's like keeps sticking his head around the corner. It's like, no, shh. No, shh.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, no, you can all hear like the argument from around the corner now. Again, it's not. Well, actually, what language does everyone speak?
Draconic and common.
I completely forgot. Give me a sec.
It'll be on your front page.
Okay.
It's in
Yeah.
common.
Common, deep speech, elvish, and primordial.
Okay, no.
Who is it?
Basically, the only person who would probably be able to understand them is not here.
Oh, fuck, where does it say this? I don't see this shit.
Bottom left.
Bottom left. It doesn't say anything. The bottom left side doesn't say.
Crew cannot speak.
You should know common and giant.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I do now.
I
guess.
Yeah, none of you know the language. If you had a sage on you, maybe. Sage background gives you like 3 language proficiencies. It's fucking nuts. Yeah, there's.
Doesn't Burial know like 3 or 4 or something?
She knows a decent amount. I mean, Lucifer knows quite a few.
I was about to say, I know like 4.
Yeah, none of the ones that people speak other than common.
I know.
In Elvish.
Elvish? I was about to say the other 2 are kind of like my thing.
Yeah, if you wanted to, you could chat to Beryl in private.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know why you would.
Couldn't Valentine or Celestial, because, yeah.
You
Yeah.
decided-
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was arrogant enough that she thought she'd be able to talk to God. But yeah.
Right. So, where are we at the moment? Have we crossed the gap?
No.
No.
You don't move.
Right, bollocks. Is it safe?
No.
Fuck. How do we get across then?
Why do you think I'm hiding in the corridor? Well, trying to hide.
I want to go into the voices. I want to go into the voices. Okay, so are we blocked off by these pitfalls and the voices?
I mean, the corridor is
You
filled
keep
with
saying
them, and
voices.
Well, I
there's-
think if you run across, you might be able to get past
Hmm.
with how quickly they open up.
Hmm.
Give me a second. to check my notes.
So you have maybe a second as it opens.
Right.
Yeah, there does seem to be a slight delay, so it's not like instantly like, oh, you step on it, you die. But like, it's not
Surprise you die.
like if you lingered for any amount of time, you think you would definitely fall.
Right. Okay. So.
You have no idea where you would end up.
Right. So what's the end of these pitfalls?
It seems to be like there's a few crates there with a similar podium to I described this like 10 minutes ago. But
Yes.
Greg don't remember that far back.
there seems to be a similar podium to the one you found above the lift when you first came down. And you can see
Shame
from.
you used your levitate, because you could have gone across.
I'm trying to
We
find-
had a long rest after that.
No, you used it.
Well, it's been less than an hour, so it's probably still active.
You used
Yeah.
it. You used it to touch the rock.
Yeah. It's
Oh
probably
yeah, true.
Yeah. It'll still be active, though, won't it?
He's still floating.
Do you just want to go?
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah, let's go.
Combat like that, you spent like maybe 3 or 4 turns on that combat. Like that was only.
So basically, you didn't chase after him. You floated after
Yeah.
him.
It was like pushing off the corridors. Like,
Garvel, look then. So does it mean I have to risk it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be like making any noise, would I? Ever?
No, I mean you probably have to get like Critical Rule to like help you throw you across because levitate only goes up. and
Alright.
down.
I'm
throw
not
you across.
trusting you. You'd throw me so goddamn far, I'd smash into a wall.
Probably.
Okay, I'll throw you.
Yeah, your only like enemy here is a wind resistance, pretty much, which is not much.
Do I have to roll anything to throw him?
Make
yeah,
make
just,
like a flat strength check.
just make a damage roll.
I'm not very strong, you know.
Good, that's what I need.
14.
Okay, yeah. So like, yeah. So you kind of Lucifer kind of like planks in the air, and then you kind of like take his legs and then kind of shunt him down the corridor. And you managed to like push him with enough speed that he doesn't stop halfway, but he manages not. He also doesn't manage to like, crash into the walls as the corridor gets narrower. You see him kind of like just glide over the gap until you kind of gently headbutt the other wall.
Yes.
At which point you see as you turn. Two more of these figures. These ones don't seem to be carrying weapons, and they don't seem to be wearing the same jumpsuits, but they appear to be the same creatures. You're currently like planked about like 4 foot off the ground, kind of next to them in the corridor. You're like, oh shit. What do you do? And what do the rest of you do? Because you hear both of them kind of
Do
shout.
we hear him go, oh shit?
Both of them shout, and one of them kind of like points at you.
Fuck's sake. So there's two in there.
Yeah, they're two. They're pretty much they're like almost not clothed. Like one of them like has like they both got like loincloths.
And I can't even like I can't even do anything spell wise because of fucking levitate.
Can I,
Well, you can use other spells that aren't concentration.
Pardon?
Like you can only, the only reason why you wouldn't be able to cast spells is if they were concentration.
I thought because I already used the spell thing for levitate.
Levitate's a racial ability.
Fair enough.
You're an agent so you just harness the winds and fly.
As long as that's like an actual thing. Okay.
Yeah, no,
So-
your walk spell slots are different to the once per day genasi ability.
Fair enough. Right, so I forgot what exactly it does, so I will need to look it up. But how far away are they?
They're probably about like 15 feet away. They were walking.
Oh, I'll
towards you.
definitely be able to hit them then. I'm just gonna see exactly what this does.
Okay, what's the spell? I might know it.
Arms of Hedar.
Oh shit. I've not used that one very often, but yeah.
This is gonna be the first time I'm using it, so
Yeah.
I want to check out what exactly it does.
Hadar's fun. That's another Eldritch entity you could have pledged your soul to. Hadar is known as the Red Star. It's an actual star. There's a real star in real life called, I think it's pronounced Hadar in real life, but in D&D they stole that and turned it into an evil Eldritch entity that consumes all,
Okay.
that lives in space. So there are a couple of evil stars in D&D, which is fun. Agathis being another one. So if you ever get Armour of Agathis, you know where that's from. But yeah, Arms of Hadar is a fun one. Hunger of Hadar is the worst one.
Oh shit!
So we've not seen combat.
Oh fuck! That's mental.
We'll see.
Right, so if they fail a strength saving throw, either of them have to take half damage anyway. But if they fail it, they have to take 3d6s necrotic damage.
Yep.
Fuck.
It's
Jesus.
a very good spell.
So you're gonna float in, scare the shit out of these guys and
Anyway.
So if they don't have too much, so just many loincloths.
Well, they seem to be the same guys that.
it's gonna do necrotic damage.
I've already squeezed it. Is it the same weird fellas?
Yeah, but they seem
Same
like
range.
they seem burlier, but they're not wearing like the jumpsuits or the helmets, and they don't have guns.
Right. Okay. What are they armed with?
You don't know. You're not there.
Yeah, bitch. The
They,
fuck's
they
up?
might not be there after he's done.
Maybe not. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
Like you
That's
see
what
one of them,
I
like
can
one
do.
of them before it pointed was kind of like some of them, they're very hunched over to the point where like you would be surprised that like when running they might like use their knuckles like a gorilla does almost. but they seem intelligent enough to like actually communicate with a language of some sorts, and
So
also
kill
fire
them
guns.
immediately.
All right, so you and these guys are going to go first in probably a surprise round because you've seen each other at the same time. But you guys have no idea what the fuck's going on. So
You just hear like putting arms of an arm. I don't even know like what sound or anything it would make.
We just
Would
hear
it be an
we just hear Lucifer
explosion?
say that.
Arms of a dart. Hang on, let me look up the spell. I wanna,
I'd love that. Lucifer floats in a room and there's just an explosion.
Just boom.
Sometimes Orc grows the flavor text. I can't remember. Give me a sec.
Whoop.
Spell.
Hello, mix my blood.
Fuck, it's not the SRD. Shit. God damn it. It's in place. What am I fucking doing? It's in place helmet. But yeah, no. There should be flavor text because it is a pretty fucking nasty spell.
Yeah.
Hunger of Hadar, I think, is a 3rd level spell, which has milky white tentacles as well.
Okay,
Nice.
so that's one you're gonna get.
Milky White.
Where is it? Arms of Hadar. You invoke the power of Hadar, the Dark Hunger.
Hell yeah.
Tendrils of dark energy erupt from you and batter all creatures within 10 feet of you. Each creature in that area must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 2d6 necrotic damage and can't make reaction until its next turn. On a successful save, the creature takes half damage and suffers no other effects.
So we just see these black tentacles emerge from the door.
Well, yeah, no, so you see Lucifer. You can still see Lucifer at the other end of the corridor. And you just like hear him mutter some like dark words, and then he explodes in black tentacles. And then like you hear these kind of like muffled screams from around the corner.
It is it says here at a higher level when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher.
You can't cast a second level spell, yeah.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, spell slots are weird in D&D. So like, I made this mistake when I first played as well. That like your level isn't the same level of spells you can cast. For warlocks, for basically everyone in the party that can cast spells at the moment, your spell slot level is equal to half your level rounded up. So as a 1st or 2nd level spellcaster, you can cast special slots. You start to be able to cast 2nd level slots at 3rd level, 5th, etc. Goes up on that.
Yeah.
Stops at 9th level spell slots.
Fair enough.
I imagine that happens and Reaver just like face palms. It's like, oh.
Yeah. But we'll see who goes first. So I'm going to roll initiative for these two dudes, and you also roll initiative to see who reacts first. What is the dex bonus of these boys? Okay.
14.
Okay.
For God's sake. I love that that's like your
So-
surprised reaction as well, just that.
Yeah, that is something to point out. If you surprise Lucifer,
It's
just boom.
Alright, so you've got 14.
Yeah.
And use your roll initiative just so I can keep track.
Just in case they don't die.
9.
9, okay. Crook,
This?
what the fuck are you watching?
Normally.
Roll initiative.
Yeah. Nah.
Oh no, I got 11. Sorry.
Okay,
I keep forgetting to add my initiative.
Is that a
that's a 6.
fuck? Right, plus my thing.
People always have real difficulty like reading like 9s and 6s on these dice. It's not actually that difficult. It's like where the dot is where the bottom of the number is. Like that's as simple as that.
That's 7 then.
7.
Well, some of them, like on these ones, it's fine, but on my blue ones, the dot's a bit wonky where it is, so I can't really tell. But on these ones, they're fine.
So you got 11 and Crook got a 9. Shoot. Alright, cool. So somehow the one of the guys reacts first and kind of runs towards you in an attempt to like grab you, like confused while you're in the air.
Like, what are you doing?
Like, do I help you? Do I kill you? What do I do?
He kind of lunges at you, and you can see like his hands aren't like super clawed, but like he's got these kind of like wicked nails.
Wicked ass nails, I just got them done.
Yeah, well,
Aren't they pretty?
the opposite of that, really. Like they're pretty grimy.
Yeah.
Aren't they pretty?
Aren't they pretty? Let me show you.
All right, he's gonna try and lunge at you and try to fucking twat you.
Bollocks.
He
How many are there
rolled a
of
21
these?
to hit. I'm
Motherfucker.
guessing that hits. So yeah,
He's gonna get fucked up.
so yeah, he kind of like tries to like grab onto you, but kind of like slips off as you like, kind of hover in the air, but like still kind of like bludgeons you and pushes you around a bit.
He's just like slowly.
Ooh, that's cocked as fuck.
How many are there?
There's only well, you know, but you're not paying attention, so I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah, bitch.
So yeah, you take 5 bludgeoning damage as he kind of like beats you in the arm.
Okay. I'm on 20.
But it is now your turn.
Hiya. Hiya.
Yeah. So you do Arms of Hadar. He makes a strength save.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, both of them do, don't they?
yes, because they're both within
Yeah.
10 feet of you. Okay, I think both of these succeed.
Okay.
So they'll take half damage.
Okay, so it's still 2d6, isn't it?
Yeah, still do 2d6. What's your spell save DC?
Where am I looking?
It'll be on. What sheet is that?
Yeah. So, right, what the fuck?
Your spell save DC is 14. It's on this page.
Okay.
What is it, D8?
It's d6.
2d6.
Yeah.
That'll be...
Yes, they both save. Like somehow they managed to avoid the words of these like black tentacles.
Well, I just love that they both scared the shit out of each other.
Oh, fuck.
9.
9.
And so half that goes round. We're gonna round to 4. You deal 4 damage to both these boys.
Boys.
They seem scared, but not like overly hurt. All right. Give me 1 second. Okay. The other guy is like, kind of has a look of what the fuck just happened. But also then resolves to, oh god, kill it with fire.
Oh god, why?
And it comes in to also try and beat you. But because it's with its friend, it gets advantage.
Motherfucker, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, try to curb some people. You're in the air, so like,
Yeah.
it's not easy. Okay, that roll is 21 again to hit.
Can you not push off from the floor and just float like high in the ceiling so you can't reach?
Oh fuck, that is a 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm on 13.
It's a good thing you guys are second level because I probably would have killed the first level player. Yeah, so he kind of like jumps in and starts beating on you as well. But yeah, so with
I'm
that,
flying in the other red light guy.
Crook, you see the other opposite end of the corridor. One of these kind of like green grey haired things start coming up and start punching Lucifer. Then he explodes in black tentacles briefly. After a moment of shock, the guy's friend comes up and also starts beating him. What do you do?
This is great.
Krook is a bit confused, but is happy all the same.
Yeah, he takes the fight.
Right, so I have to get across these pitfalls, don't I?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you can throw your axes if you want to.
Cool.
No, because
But
Lucifer.
these things are actually decently tough. These things. And they're not-
Are they though?
Well, they are. They've got more than 10, less than 20 health. Well, at least the monster before. Right, I'm going to try and run across the pitfalls just as fast as I can.
Okay.
Well, I'll still be able to attack this turn.
Yeah, if you wait, make it across.
Right, okay. I'm going to pull up my great axe.
We shall see.
I'm going to pull up my great axe and try and run across.
Okay, so as you do, I would like you to make a acrobatics check.
Sure, no problem.
As you try to nimbly step across these pads without falling in.
Right, okay.
Like everywhere you step, you see kind of outlines. Like the plates are like an irregular. They're not all like it's not like a 5-foot grid. They kind of have ones that are different shaped or different sized. But
Can you like step in between them?
You see him do that. It seems to activate all of them around the foot.
Oh God's sake!
Right, okay. Right, let's see.
All right.
I don't want to fall through this. It'd be very unfortunate if I did. Shit. Nah, I'm fucked. That's only a 9. I'm guessing I'll fall through.
Okay, make a dexterity saving throw.
Right, is this on a 20 as well? Or is it on a...
Yeah.
Under saving
Same
throws,
dice.
you've got
Um,
dexterity.
it is.
Oh, saving throws +1.
Yeah.
Yes. Should I roll it again? Or have that as it?
Did you look at it before you picked it up?
No.
Okay, roll again.
That's
19.
20 then.
20.
Okay, yeah. So like
You managed to somehow save yourself.
as
Yes.
you feel the kind of like the platform start to collapse underneath you, like you kind of like jump as a last kind of ditch effort. You have to toss your axe to the other side to do it, but you manage to kind of grab on and barely hold on with your fingertips on like a ledge around like where the plates used to be. You're currently hanging.
Oh,
Pick
fuck.
yourself back up because those panels come back.
Yeah, they do.
I'm cut in half now or some shit. That would be unfortunate.
Just all this fucking chaos at the other end of the room.
Yeah. So, that is pretty much all you can do on your turn.
Nice.
Because, yeah, pretty much. You fell. All right. Reaver, it's now your turn. Wait, that should have been the other round. You're like K's and R's at first on this page. So you go before that happens.
Okay. I'm going.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I might wreck on that. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm in the corridor with Schmick.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to like try and convince Schmick to stay.
Alternatively, you can throw him.
I'm not gonna throw him. I'm gonna tell him to stay.
Alternatively, you could kill your friend.
Up to you, man.
No, I'm going to tell him to stay.
Okay.
Well, can I have
Make a persuasion
him go
check.
first and like tell and like point and go like, that's gonna happen to you if you don't stay.
I
Sure.
don't think you
Make a
care.
persuasion check.
No.
8.
He pretends to like look convinced,
Like,
but like you can tell like
It's very obviously he's like, no.
he's not
You're
bored of
not.
that. He's gonna follow you anyway. Like,
It's like, how fast can I run if he's clinging to me?
depends how strong you are at the moment.
Oh, I have a strength of 10, so.
You might be able to carry him. You don't know. He's small and wiry, but he's still about as heavy as a toddler. So like, he'd be dead weight for you basically.
I've carried my niece, she is fucking heavy.
He is still a small person, regardless of how tiny he may be.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay over on this side and then fire my bow at one of them.
Alright, you can see them both. So,
Maybe try and hit one in the head.
alright, attack roll.
15 plus 4 with my bow.
That definitely hits. And you get sneak attack because Lucifer's hovering next to them.
Oh,
That's what? Hang on. Another 1d6 of extra damage, okay.
Yeah.
So I'll do the first one. 3, 4, 5 for the first one. And then again.
Yep.
6.
11 damage, nice. Yeah, so one looks pretty like you kind of like you catch him. You don't quite hit him like right dead in the head, but you manage to like as he's kind of like flailing at Lucifer, you manage to catch him like and it sinks deep into his shoulder, and you hear him kind of cry out in pain, like kind of look over at you with wild eyes.
Just go, hi.
He also looks out and realizes the crook is hanging in the chasm.
He has these episodes every once in a while where he does something stupid.
Well, every once in a while.
I would imagine.
every
um,
once in a while.
like if Schmidt goes when I do, he would try and sort of do the same things as me.
Okay.
So it's like if I did range, he'd try and throw a sling.
Alright, make an attack roll then. Is he going to attack the same guy or a different guy? There's two of them.
I just see like it tries and mimics me, so it would be the same guy.
Alright.
Oop, rolled off the table. 19.
Hits.
He hit someone. I need my d4. It's the same as the dagger, isn't it? That we said.
Yeah.
4.
Nice. Yeah, so like as he kind of looks over and sees Kroot dangling in the chasm, like the stone kind of like flies and, and like hits him in the head and it kind of staggers him for a second. He looks like you see him like I think you hit him in the nose. He's like a nosebleed.
Reaver just starts laughing.
Yeah, it looks like pretty beat up at this point. All right, so that is back to the top. It is the original guy that started wailing on Lucifer's turn.
Motherfucker.
He's gonna continue to beat you.
Oh, is he now?
I rolled 2 19s. So
We'll point out it is 10-2.
that's fine.
Yeah, can we end it now? Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, no one's booked the half hour after this, so we might get, unless someone comes and like pokes at us,
Yeah.
we can stay until 5:30.
Well,
Hell yeah.
so I just how sort of dire things are. He's likely to go down, and I'm hanging from
You
the
might lose your
chasm.
fingers as well.
Yeah, this is fucking problem
See,
right now.
The funny thing
I've
is,
got an annoying toddler that won't stay.
The funny thing is, it could have went really well,
Yeah.
okay,
but it didn't.
So two of them as well.
another 6 bludgeoning damage is gonna like drums and roll back.
Motherfucker.
Seriously, push off the ground and like rise above them so they can't hit you.
See, I would, but it's not been my turn yet.
Yeah,
Who's
he's
next?
he kind of like grabs you like by
What was it,
like, the
5?
scruff of your clothing and like just beats and he's just kind of punching you as you kind of hover in midair like
Oh wait, no. Hey, not much difference, but still, I'll take the hit points when I can.
It is now your turn.
Alright, I want to use my lightning law and fucking sling him off me.
Fling him into
Can
the
I
bit.
do that shit?
Fling him into the bit.
You can't push with that spell as far as I'm aware.
Right, so I would just be pulling, wouldn't I?
Or you can only pull him towards you. as far as
Oh,
I'm aware.
fuck. So I can't pull him away?
Well, so I've got a homebrew rule for this. You can modify the effects of spells, however, you have to make a check, and if you get it wrong, it could backfire.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that shit. I'm already
It might
in...
get you away from them.
Well, yeah, but I might, die.
It's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
Let me take my rules for that.
To be fair, would I just be able to, like, roll another character anyway? Or...
In theory, yeah. But like being you've been unconscious before,
Yeah.
doesn't mean your character's dead.
No, I was just, like, checking, because... You know what, screw it, he's gonna go out in, like, style.
Well, I was going to say, it's like you're either going to go down because of the guy, or
Or
you're going to go
myself.
down because of yourself.
Yeah,
Would Lucifer rather go down because of himself?
yes. He's too prideful for
Exactly.
that shit.
Like, if he's going to die, it's going to be because of himself. We all knew it.
Where is my? I've got a whole PDF of like shit for this campaign.
Like your full hours 18.
Yes.
Yes.
Where is
Yes, can you please stop?
malleable magic? Alright, so yeah, so it is an Arcana check, but it uses your charisma because you're a warlock as opposed to.
Oh,
intelligence.
cool. +6 on.
Get a good roll on the dice.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. So yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I was
17. Well, 23.
Yeah, you managed it with flying colours. So he's still going to make a strength save, which he passes, I think,
Motherfucker.
because he rolled a 17 and your DC is 15.
Bollocks.
So yeah, he still takes. He doesn't take damage, does he? Because he succeeded. Yeah, no, he's fine. So like you kind of like try you kind of like send out this lash of lightning to try and kind of pull him off the edge, but like it kind of like you see him kind of like wobble, but then he keeps his footing, and the lightning doesn't seem to affect him, unfortunately. However, it is a cantrip. You can try it as many times as long
Yeah.
as long as it's alive. That is your action. You have a bonus action and your move if you
Just
want
see
to.
Lucifer keep waving
You
his
could kick off if you want. You could just like kick off the wall and fly away. However,
Can I attack again, but like with no spells, just with an actual like fist or something?
You have a
with
dagger.
my weapons.
You have daggers.
you use your action to cast spells, so you don't have time to. That's kind of like you spent basically your time attacking them with a spell, basically. If you take the attack action, you can do an offhand attack. But you have to take the attack. You have to attack as opposed to cast a spell. Those are distinct actions.
So no, I can't.
Yes, that's the short answer.
Okay.
Just so you know for future. Also, I forgot there's a bin here.
Okay.
You do have your movement, so if you wanted to, you could try and kick off the wall. But these
See, I
guys-
was going to be really cool and just be like, I'm going to kick off the wall, yeah, and just kick him in the face.
Yeah. The thing is, like, so what you would know that if you tried to move away, they would have a chance to swipe at you as you left.
So, as a bonus action, what is left for me to do?
Unless you've got any bonus action abilities, like I think
I have cunning in action, haven't I? But it's like I can disengage
Yeah,
and things.
that's a rogue thing.
Yeah.
So like, as part of your class, you've got like a bunch of things you can do as a bonus action. I'm not sure if you've got any bonus action abilities unless any of your invocations do anything.
Not that I know of.
Yeah. So
I've got an evocation cantrip, but yeah.
Eldritch invocations are things like your at will false life thing. That's one of the Eldritch invocations. I think you've got another one as well. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'm going to use false life just in case then.
Alright. Technically it's also a spell, but you're not spending a spell slot, so you can have that.
Okay.
So what is that? Is that like several d4 hit points?
It's 2d4s if I'm not wrong.
Okay. Cool.
Because I need that, like, I
What,
need
what,
health.
you just get health back?
Well,
It's 10
false. So it's kind of like armor in a sense.
Yeah, he basically gets like it's HP that starts on HP.
4 or 5. I got 13.
Yeah, so basically don't put that on that point, put it in there.
Okay.
So,
So you basically got temporary hit points.
Yes, they are that's what they're called. Yeah, and when you take damage, subtract that first as opposed to the residual damage. But yeah, well, how did you get 13 on 2d4?
No, that was added up. I got 5. And I had 8 originally.
Oh, you can't do 10 hit points in a stack.
Okay.
So you choose which 10 hit points you have. If you already had 8, you can keep those.
Sorted.
But yeah. So you effectively have 13 HP, but you can heal above that. You can heal up to your maximum and still have 10 hit points.
He
Yeah.
doesn't have the health potion anymore because we wasted it.
Yeah. On a certain
That
someone.
was a long time ago, that now.
Yeah, and your cleric's been away for some time. Literally disappeared now, you don't know where she gone. Alright, so are you gonna try and push off or are you gonna stay where you are?
Yeah, no, because then he's got a chance to attack. So, no.
Yeah. Alright.
I'm good.
So with that, it is the other Dirk's turn who's gonna try and punch you again.
Dick.
What's race to you? You might not hit this time.
12.
He hits you. Yeah, these guys have not rolled below a 10, so like they've been hitting pretty consistently. So
Give me that damage, baby.
that is another 6 damage. I can keep rolling 4s.
Buy
Around
armor.
7.
7.
In all fairness, though, that is an invocation you can cast at will, so you can keep doing that each turn as long as you live.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
I am gonna.
Alright, so now it is Reaver, your turn. Crook is currently dangling in the corridor. Lucifer has had the
How
ship
is
be
Tom
out of him.
before me? You got 11, didn't you?
I don't remember now.
I just can't remember who went first.
Because I got 9.
I think I went first.
Oh, okay, so it was right,
So
it was right the other way
it was
around.
Tom originally.
Damn it, my handwriting's just illegible.
Can't be worse than mine.
So I was like, how am I going first when I got a 9?
Alright. In that case,
I'm gonna try and pull myself up.
Oh my
Wait,
god, do it
so
quickly.
it's difficult because there's not much to put up onto. Make an athletics check.
Right.
So you try and lift yourself up. If you rage, you get advantage on it. Because
Right,
your last
athletics.
rate ran out after you wandered through the corridors.
Right. Okay, that is a 23.
23, yeah. So like, you kind of like the
Go.
you kind of like the anger of fuels you. Did you rage or did you like just normally?
Yeah, I was raging.
Okay, fair enough.
Of course he was.
Just check. Well, you could have not done it because like bear in mind if you don't take damage or attack in the next turn, rage goes.
Yeah.
And that's the last one you have today.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So yeah, with like you summon the kind of like primal fury that drives you in battle, and kind of heave yourself up. You're gonna have to run because the thing you're heaving yourself onto
Yeah,
is more in
it's
place.
moving, yeah.
So
Right, I'm moving. I'm
How
running
far did
again.
he get? About halfway?
he got about halfway and then fell.
Yes.
Well, he got about a quarter of the way and then leapt the other half, and then fell. But
So
they held on.
Yeah, he's like halfway.
Right, okay, I'm gonna have to run now, aren't I?
Yes. So you have to make another
Acrobatics.
acrobatics check. Yes.
Oh, fuck.
For God's sake.
I'm just giving you a 1 now or some shit.
Yeah. You've only got 10 feet to go though. So
Come on.
Oh, just 10 feet?
No, 18. I think I'm okay.
yeah. So you managed to heave yourself up, and then with this kind of supernatural fury, you kind of like charge towards the two guys on the platform. It was probably, I would say, is an action to get up? I can't remember. I'm gonna say it was part of your movement. You've got your action left.
Nice.
However, your axe is currently on the floor.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Where is it? Like, from me?
It's probably behind them. It's probably under. It's probably under the. It's probably under Buddy Lucifer.
Okay.
He's still planking in the air.
Of course he is. Alright, and axes then.
All right. You can attack if you want.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Right, are any,
Yes.
are any of them more wounded than the other?
Probably the one I shot.
One looks pretty fucking dead. After it's got an arrow in its shoulder and an obvious like broken nose.
Broken fucking hell.
And you can see parts of its flesh are like bizarrely like have like necrosis on them.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't happen on living things. What the fuck's going on?
Oh, it doesn't. Oh.
Because,
Yeah. You see like you think might have something to do with Lucifer.
Right, so how much damage is the other one taken? The last wounded one.
You don't know how much damage is taken
Well,
because damage
ow.
is an abstract concept.
This is a good point.
Um,
How wounded is it?
It's pretty badly wounded.
Both of them are.
Well, no, the other ones like had a bit of a bash, but seems fine.
Right, I'm thinking if I kill the only ranged one, it feels wrong. I think the
Okay.
you two can have that
Sure.
because it feels like glory stealing if I kill it.
Okay.
Right.
Awful evil, everybody.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty awful.
Well, it's true, actually. It would be lawful evil.
Right, I'm gonna try and attack the less wounded one then.
Alright.
Just barrel into the room and be like, "Ah!"
Should I? Yeah, that's reckless attack. Right, I'm gonna reckless attack him.
Pull loose fist just falling there like, "Ah."
Okay, 14. A 14.
It's
Yes. Okay, so this will be 1d6 plus 6 damage then.
Yep.
That is 11 damage.
nice. Yeah, no, he looks pretty bashed up.
Nice.
please tell me he's dead.
You can make an offhand attack if you want.
Sure. So does that mean it's just less damage?
It's just a straight attack roll, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be +4 to attack and then just straight d6 on damage.
Right. 15. So that hits again.
15 hits, yeah.
Yeah, and just straight d6 then.
Yeah.
No bonuses. Fuck.
2, okay. You've done quite a bit of fucking damage to it though. He does not look happy. I'll wrap it up the movie. That's fine. He looks like nearly as badly wounded as the other guy now, as you kind of like cut these gashes through his pelt. Both of them have kind of turned to you now, like, oh shit, what's going on? Reaver, it's now your turn.
I'm going to fire another arrow at the one I already attacked last time.
Alright, make an attack roll.
17.
Hits.
Yay!
These guys are not wearing armor, and they're not super fast.
8.
So. 8. You kill him.
Yay!
He dead.
No.
Can I pierce it in the eye?
Sure, yeah.
Straight through the head as well.
It's like as it's like kind of turning to look at you, like an arrow just goes through the eye socket, and it collapses underneath Lucifer.
Yeah, schmick chair.
What does Spick do?
I think he's just going to cheer.
Okay, cool.
That's what you do.
All right, the last Dirk. It's the last Dirk's turn. Okay, so he's just seen his friend die, and there's now a scary man next to him.
Scary man.
Who just beat him up. So he is going to take the dodge action real quick. You see him kind of like shrink
I know
back
it
and be
doesn't
defensively.
really matter, but would I have had sneak attack because it's near those two?
Yeah.
The enemy's near them.
So you could roll more damage if you wanted to, but like
I think an arrow in the eye was enough.
yeah. Yeah, so he's going to take dodge action. You see him kind of like lunge backwards and start like trying to make his way down the corridor.
What is with these guys running away?
They're scared of you guys,
Bloody
alright?
cowards.
They're not every enemy you face is going to fight to the death.
Groot, kill it!
Alright, so Lucifer and Crook, you both get attacks of opportunity if you want. If you
Yes.
get melee weapon.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You have disadvantage
Don't want to
because he's taking the dodge action.
Right, disadvantage, but
What if we do like a joint attack or some shit? Just lightning. I can pull him, can't I? Yeah.
You can't lightning lure unless you take, I think, Warcaster. You can't use spells for opportunities. You have to use melee weapon.
Okay, so I'm gonna use a sickle and
Hack at his knees.
yeah,
Alright,
just
Alright, so yeah, both of you make attack rolls. Both at disadvantage though because he's taking the dodge action.
can I reckless attack him or not?
I think. Hang on. Does reckless last 3 minutes turn? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
6
Plus
5
whatever your sickle is, plus 1.
plus
I haven't got it
1.
on this one, have I?
You got 6.
Oh fuck, I don't have that one, it's my level 1. She that.
What is it?
Just seeing it, whether it lasts till it's turn, reckless attack. What do you get?
I got 6.
Right.
That misses.
Yeah. Being that, you know, it's an old man with a sickle.
I'm floating.
Exactly.
No, come back!
No.
Just like the force of you swinging your arm like it starts turning you.
Yeah, just spinning away. Oh shit.
I'm pretty sure you've now broken like all the lead in your pencils.
Average is really useful. I should probably invite it to the server one.
Did you say we have it till 5 or half 5?
5:30. Technically we're booked till 5, but I don't think anyone booked in the half-hour slot between them. It'd be weird if they did. Like you're only spending half an hour in the library, so. Right, so you make the first one. Okay, during the turn, so you don't have your reckless attack this turn.
Right, okay. Right, so just a disadvantage then.
Yeah, disadvantage.
Right.
Come on, quick.
18.
18 hits. What is the minimum damage you can do?
My minimum damage I can do is my rage still active?
Yes.
My minimum damage I can do is 5. No, hold on.
Wasn't it 7?
No, it's not. No, my minimum damage I can do is it's 7. Yeah, because plus 4 for the damage bonus, and then plus 2 for my rage.
Okay. Roll.
What damage? Just d6.
Yeah, roll damage.
3.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
That was
Yeah.
a bit loud.
So,
well,
yeah,
Funny.
yeah, exactly 7 hit points. That's what I was wondering if you get like max damage or anything.
Am I behind him?
He's trying to run away from you. Yeah.
I assume this is point he's just
Can I like grab him?
I mean, if you kill him with the grab, then sure.
What are you gonna like
Can I
grab
just?
him?
Yeah. Well,
Just
if
barrel
you're grabbing
him.
him, then like you would have done. I guess you would. I guess like whatever happens, you kill him. But if you're not using your axe, I guess it would be your hand instead.
Right. Sure.
Same
Strangles
minimum
the guy.
damage. So,
He's not wearing any armor, is he?
No,
Can I pull out his spine?
Oh,
I don't think you're strong enough for that.
Fuck. Like I'm just
I don't think we're strong enough to break his neck.
does.
Yeah, I mean, like, to pull out a spine, like you have to have like giant strength for that shit. Like
I'm part giant.
You're imagining it in your brain.
you are part giant. But if you ever get a belt with giant strength, then sure.
Sure. Can I just snap his neck?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll just snap his neck.
Cool. Yeah, so like as he tries to run away, you kind of grab him by the shoulder, and then just like fucking twist, and he's dead. You are out of combat, but Reaver and Smick are still on the opposite sides of this thing, which is now slowly reforming. You see the plates kind of like and seem to kind of like reappear where they once were.
So if I carry Smick, how slow would I be?
It depends on your success at a athletics check.
Okay, because I'm gonna try and pick, like get him on like back.
Give him a big bag.
Yeah, and
Nice, okay.
try and sprint across, but trying to place the weight evenly
Okay.
while quickly getting over.
So first make a athletics check to see how easily you can carry Smick.
16. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I read animal handling, but it's the same thing. Apparently, I have +4 in animal handling.
Nice. That's good. Well, I think it's because your wisdom's so high. But
I can talk to animals.
yeah. So yeah, Smick's not like he's heavy, but he's not like that much. Like with your training, you know like how well to distribute your balance and your weight, and you know it doesn't really impede your speed. Next, make an acrobatics check.
Oh no, 6.
Oh no. Okay, yeah. So as you're kind of like you think you got it like off picking up Smick, you think like, but you're not used to the new like weight distribution, and as you try and run across, like you kind of like you spend too long on one foot and start to like teeter, and like without time to like put your like to balance yourself, the plate lead you gives. Make a dexterity saving throw.
15.
Okay, yeah. You just managed to cling onto the edge, but yeah. So I guess you have to make an athletics check to pull yourself up.
Which me?
Yes.
What's the little black dot mean next to athletics?
It means you're proficient.
Okay.
What I roll.
21.
Yeah.
I got 21.
So with kind of like
10.
nice. Yeah, with your dragonborn strength, you manage to kind of flex a little bit as Smick kind of like crawls up and tries to pull you up as well. Doesn't really help much. But you manage to like heave yourself back onto the platform. However, they are quickly disappearing, and you're making another acrobatics check.
17.
Okay, yeah. So this time you kind of like pull Smick back onto your back, and this time you kind of you kick off the wall and manage to like clear most of the plates without having to cause them to trigger. And yeah, only about 3 plates disappear behind you, but they kind of reform after a few seconds. You are now on the opposite side of the chasm together. Lucifer is still planking midair. Although, hang on, is that a concentration spell? I can't remember. I don't think it is. But I'll check, because he might fall on the floor soon.
Yeah, more damage.
You won't take damage because you're not high enough.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
go,
not
"Oof."
high enough.
You are on top of his axe. You may want to move.
Ooh, true.
Why am I on top of your
Because you had to throw
I
it.
had to throw it because I fell.
And it slid under you.
Yeah, but it's not facing upwards, is
It is concentration.
It is
Make-
metal though.
Make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. to maintain the spell. I forgot it was a concentration spell. It wouldn't matter much in the battle, but it means whether or not you're still flying.
What
It's-
does
did
he
you
have to?
It's Constitution saving throw. Which you have +2 to.
Yeah. That's 11.
Okay, you pass.
Yay!
Yeah, so you're still hovering despite the beatdown you just witnessed.
Is there just like a little drop?
Yeah. Basically, so the way that concentration spells work is if you take damage, you have to make a con save, and the DC is equal to 10 or half the damage taken, whichever's higher. For most low levels, like if it's enough damage that it would be the DC would be over 10, you're probably in bigger trouble than like not concentrating on a spell. So like it doesn't really matter at low levels so much. But yeah, so you're currently on the other side with relative safety. You're currently standing amongst a number of crates with this kind of, you can see this kind of a similar podium with this crystal display. This one has different stuff on it in a language that you can't really read, but there are like vague symbols. And it does seem to react, it kind of come to life as you went over there initially, Lucifer. You would have noticed. I forgot to mention that.
A bit preoccupied.
So yeah, what are you guys going to do?
Go through the crates.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is there anyone
Right,
in the
well,
room?
I need my axe back first. Pick up my axe. Yeah, they're more impressive than Kenku. I'm gonna take I'll just take one head. I only need one because the other one I killed.
Yeah, it is like the heads are like not dissimilar to the ones with the helmets on.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any helmets.
Yeah. Take the other Kenku skull on my shoulder plate. Put that in my bag. Put this new one on. So now I've got 2 Kenku, 2 these things, and 1.
I like how you've got like a customization
Yeah,
system.
I do.
I usually don't run with encumbrance, but I feel like I'm gonna have to impose it for heads. So like, because otherwise it's gonna be carrying like 600 heads by the end of the campaign.
So I need a trophy room.
Oh man. Also, your bag is gonna be ruined. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't think he cares.
you're not going to store anything. Like, if you have any rations, they're fucked.
Oh. What, food poisoning?
Well,
Not just food poisoning.
yeah.
Jesus.
They're like any like.
Oh, it's rotten as well.
Any like, well, yeah, it's like food poisoning. Like if we like start grows rotting after a few days. Also, any like dry food that like can go to mulch has.
Oh shit. Can I borrow someone else's food?
So like, yeah, next time you like you have a short rest or take camp, like that stuff's gonna be pretty nasty.
Should we get more when we go back? If we go back.
I tell you what, I can't wait for. I can't wait for when we go back to that bloody town and the captain sees us all. I don't think he's gonna be very pleased with me. They should be, but at the same time he's gonna be more pissed off probably.
Is it like Krook's doing this to like prove he's good to the captain?
A bit.
Like he's
yeah.
better than the captain?
A bit.
Even though the captain's probably gonna go, what the fuck?
Fair enough. Alright, so you rifle through the crates. Make an investigation check. Also, actually, hang on. So a couple of them were smashed in the fight. Those are already open.
Right, investigation check. Sure.
Black tentacles tend to do that to a box.
No, I'm gonna guess that. I got a 4 and I'm pretty sure I'm -1 in it. So.
14.
Okay.
Investigation.
Through crates.
Can we either like
7.
like writing him up as well? Like
Yeah,
it's like
3. Yeah, I got a 3.
Well,
-1.
10 is +2, so I got 9. Not that it really matters.
Alright, so like you rummaging through some of the broken crates, like you find kind of like some supplies that you find like some materials that you're not finding. Some of it's like bits of kind of small little plates of metal, but they're kind of weirdly inscribed. You don't know what for. A bunch of them seem damaged or bent after the fight that went on.
I'm still taking them.
There are. Hang on, let me look at my notes real quick. I've got all my stat blocks in a different folder to like my notes, so I have to keep flicking back and forth between combats. You guys are in that bit, sure. All right. Yeah, you see like some kind of like, you're not sure what the material is, but there's kind of like these kind of black cased kind of blocks with kind of these metal kind of rings on the edges of it, like
Ring binder?
no, it seems to be like it's about the size of this mug, but like it's got like two kind of metal rings or plates on one side and another two on the other side. There's one of those. Yeah, that's what you find in the smashed boxes that can be salvaged.
How many of the metal plates were there?
There's probably about like, oh, hang on, I'll do a roll. There are 11.
Okay.
They're all about like in modern day terms about credit card sized, but like not credit cards obviously.
We're rich, guys.
Aha! A technology no one knows how to use. Fantastic.
Yes.
But yeah, so that like there are two unbroken boxes. So the ones that you smashed open seem like with the wooden crates. There are two boxes that seem to be like more tightly sealed. But
Rubber.
yeah, sorry, you have a crowbar, don't you?
I was about to say, I have a crowbar too, so.
Yeah, so people with crowbars, I guess. Yeah, so you can make a thieves' tools check.
Okay. What the hell do I do for that?
Yeah, same.
Well, the question is, do you have expertise in thieves' tools?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Navigators' tools, thieves' tools, and water vehicles.
All right, so in that case, you get to so if you have expertise and not just proficiency, you get to add double your proficiency, so it would be +4 for you. Anyone who's not proficient in thieves' tools, I guess it's a flat roll. Just I guess, well, yeah, cause you can use strength if you want to just leave it open. But like if you want to like try and pry it open without damaging the stuff inside.
Oh, that's card. I'll do it on the table. 11.
Okay.
7.
Yeah. So like you try and like kind of get your crowbar into like the seam between like the lid and the rest of the box, but you can't like it seems like tightly still enough that you like Lucifer can't quite kind of wedge it in there. Reaver, you managed to like kind of definitely find like the weakest point in the box, like to lever it. You kind of find like where the hinge would be, and kind of find it like opposite side and try and like leave it open. You managed to open a crack, but you can't seem to force it any further. You think you either need.
Craig, break this open for me.
I can try.
Are you gonna smash it open, or are you trying to use the crowbar?
I'll try and use the crowbar. I've got no proficiency in how to use thieves'
Right.
tools.
No, but you have strength.
Yeah.
Make a
I'll try.
strength check.
Just a strength.
Yeah,
Okay.
to lever open the box.
Oh, +6 to that. Is that a 9 or a 6?
That's a 6.
12 then.
Okay. You don't get much further than Reaver, but it is slowly opening.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah. You're not sure this is working. You don't think this was like how it's designed to be opened. Like most crates that in like a warehouse, like the wooden crates, are like supposed to be like leave it open with a crowbar. These things don't seem to be packed that way.
It was really weird. I was at Wilco's and they had crowbars, and I was like, I really want a crowbar.
Christ. Just someone comes on your house, you've got a crowbar in your bedroom. Why you got a crowbar in your bedroom? I don't want it.
Why haven't you
Why
got
was
a
it?
crowbar?
It's the thieves' side coming out.
Christ. Yeah, so this box doesn't seem to want to budge. Are you gonna do anything about it, or are you gonna move on?
Great, can you kick it? Like where the weak point is that we've tried.
Yeah, I'll try that. What sort of check do you want to make?
I guess an attack roll if you're kicking it.
Sure. I'm not raging anymore, am I? Because you're out of combat.
It's probably been a couple of rounds, so
Yeah.
you've lost your rage.
16.
16. Yeah, so you kick it like against the wall. Like the lid comes loose, but you're not sure if like everything inside has been like is it still okay, or whether it was fragile or not.
See, I don't want to use my axe because Krug is, a big fighty man, but he's not an idiot. So I'm going to try and use his axe to open up a box.
Give me a sec. I've got to roll percentiles for quick something. Okay, that's probably fine.
Can we like peek in now?
Okay, sure. Yeah. So like the lid is now kind of loose, and like when he kicked it, you like after a couple of seconds you heard like this hiss as like air is like either coming in or like coming out.
Oh.
Like it was
snakes in there.
like it was airtight. And as you kind of like peel the lid off, inside there is, you can see a couple of kind of dark kind of metal canisters with glass windows in them that contain this kind of bright kind of agitated pink fluid. And you also see a box that seems crumpled. Also, like the easily the lid comes off, and you see these kind of vials of greenish liquid that about two out of the three that were in there have been shattered. You see this kind of like viscous kind of mint green fluid just kind of pooling out on the ground around them. One of them is intact, and it's this kind of you wouldn't recognise it as a syringe, but that's what it is. Syringes aren't things that you would find commonly in your day-to-day life, so you have no idea what the fuck it looks like. But
are any of the canisters okay?
The canisters seem fine. They seem to like, whilst the whatever they're containing seems to like be kind of glowing and kind of like shifting in a weird way, they don't seem to be actually damaged.
This sounds
take
very suspicious. I mean, like, these hooded blokes are with the cultists, aren't they?
They weren't hooded.
These guys, they're in the same place as the cultists.
Yeah.
This is some sort of magical shit.
How many
Perhaps.
canisters is there?
There's two.
Okay.
Are we gonna take it, I guess?
Yeah.
And you don't really know what any of this is. Like, it's bizarre shit, basically. Like,
So I'm taking it.
you think like maybe if you took it like to maybe someone like more well informed about stuff like this, like they'd probably be able to tell you what it was. But
Well, I'm hoping when Burial comes around that I can ask her what the fuck the syringe is.
maybe yeah.
She might know.
I guess she did figure out how to make wooden hands. So.
I don't think we should give it to like Glenn. She should probably like inject herself with it, some shit.
That's another good idea.
Just find out steroids.
You don't know. But yeah, that's what we find in the crates.
It's 25 plus 5.
So that's probably a good place to wrap up actually.
Nice.
Rebuilding crates.
You kind of rolled your way down some corridors, smashing some boys and falling down holes, and found some weird shit.
Hopefully we can have other two next week.
Hopefully, yeah.
And they're not going to know what the fuck's going on.
No, next week was going to be interesting because Valencia's got something. So this is the thing: when people are gone, it gives me fun chances to fuck with their characters. Well, they're not here, so they come back to.
Well, every time Liam
consequences.
asks us, we just say, oh, she wandered off.
Yeah. Well.
Because it makes sense. Her character, she's just fucking weird because she's got voices in her head.
I don't think she's ever actually mentioned that to you, but
Well, we know that.
Meta, you know that.
No, but I think it's all kind of obvious.
Well, we know that she's not fucking normal.
She's not all there, but she don't.
I'm pretty sure one of the conversations our characters had was we saw her looking at the symbol and it's like she's fucking talking to us.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Originally.
you know, Lucifer talks to himself. Lucifer's probably told people that he talks to himself.
Oh,
like,
I
you
know
can hear the
that he
voices.
talks to himself. I probably told everyone that he talks to himself.
But yeah, no, 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 but yeah, no,